The fighter fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing black with camouflage trim. He weighed in at an official 174.5 pounds. In 24 pro bouts, he has 23 victories, 1 lone defeat, 6 of those victories coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Berlin, Germany, Enrico Koelling. Across the ring in the red corner, wearing black with white trim when he stepped on the scale, he registered an official weight of 176.5 pounds, and he enters the ring an undefeated professional with 11 victories, all 11 victories coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Montreal, Canada, Artur Beterbiev.
Gentlemen, I've given you instructions in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight. Listen to my commands and obey my commands. Touch them up and wait the bell. Good luck.
Take a look at the tail of the tape. Artur Beterbiev, again, only 11-0 as a professional. He's 32 years old. IBF title is on the line at 175. Again, Brian Kenny, Teddy Atlas, and Mark Kriegel here, Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. Teddy, how are you?
Good, Brian.
A few years removed, but it's good to be with you again.
Who knew we'd be back together?
If you're watching this fight and you want to see how it ends, by the way, Teddy, I know it's tough in this day and age, but pay close attention. Beterbiev is known to just touch a guy and down another guy goes.
Thank you. Appreciate that tip very much. That's why I love being with you. I learn something all the time.
He has surprising power, Teddy, in that it doesn't seem to be explosive. I'll roll back tapes and say, how did he not get that knockdown? Anything he seems to hit people with is very, very punishing.
He's calm, measured, and economically brutal. No one's been past the 8th round.
I thought that question was to me, but go ahead and take it, Mark. Be my guest. Pronounce yourself. You're here.
Yeah, he walks toward his man methodically, patient, takes his time. Again, Teddy, I mentioned only 11-0 as a pro, but again, vastly experienced in the Russian amateur system.
Yeah, he's been in the Olympics. Matter of fact, he's been in 2 Olympics, 2012, 2008, as you said, representing Russia. And Koelling, an experienced, accomplished amateur too. 2012 Olympics, representing his country, his home country, Germany. The thing here, for me, is will Koelling try to win? Now, people are going to say, Teddy, fight for the world title. What do you mean is he going to try to win? His style is to survive. He's not a busy guy. He puts those earmuffs on, that peekaboo defense, and he does that. He blocks, he survives, he gets through rounds. But if he's going to win here, he's got to do more than that. And if he does more than that, he might get knocked out. But he gives himself a chance to win. What will you do, Mr. Koelling?
Koelling says one of his best chances is that perhaps Beterbiev will underestimate him. I'm not sure that's a strategy or just wishful thinking.
You know, people in Germany told Koelling, you know, you're crazy going to the States. He's never been to the United States at all. Comes to Fresno and said, you're going to fight Beterbiev in the United States?
Beterbiev does not think in those dimensions. He thinks there's someone in front of me, I'm going to go forward, I'm going to hit them hard. Like that.
Sharp right hand.
Koelling gives you opportunities. When he puts those earmuffs on, he gives you the body. Beterbiev, maybe his corner will tell him, but that body is available to him. Also the uppercut. You can split that guard. And you can do one other thing. You see that jab, Brian? Right behind you throw the right hand if you're Beterbiev. You can blind them with the jab, and then you can shoot the right hand right down the pipe.
10 seconds.
Koelling doing some decent work here in the first round. Again, the dangerous man is Beterbiev. Koelling doing decent work here in round 1. Koelling moving forward here with some success, lands a right hand. Again, Beterbiev is the favorite in the fight, the man expected to rise toward the top. and fill in the spot vacated by Andre Ward, former world champion, and after his 2 wars, controversial fights, but wars with Sergey Kovalev.
It's worth noting that this is for Ward's old IBF belt. Beterbiev was the mandatory. Ward dismisses the notion that he retired as opposed to fight Beterbiev as clickbait. What's undeniable is that retirement at the age of 33 as a rich man was a better prospect, more attractive prospect to him than facing Beterbiev.
And you can see Koelling have success, again, going in active, throwing his hands, but Beterbiev comes back and just lands 2 strong right hands. He just has so much power. Again, we just went to round 1 and we went to the corners. Bernardo was soon as here with the team and he was in the corner for Koelling. Bernardo, what should we know?
Stephen Kuhn wanted Koelling to keep moving, not stay against the ropes, and not give opportunities for Beterbiev to tee off on him.
Teddy, do you think Koelling can be busy enough to keep Beterbiev at bay?
Of course he can, Brian. But the question, you guys are talking about a lot of different things, and I'm listening to you. But to me, the only thing that matters is he going to take the risk that's inherent with winning? And it's multiplied by 10 in this fight. Because if he opens up with this guy who's 11-0 with 11 knockouts, there's a chance that he goes to the floor. But if he doesn't, well, there's a chance he survives. He goes 12 rounds, but he loses. What do you want? Victory or survival?
Early in the round, Koelling was definitely letting his hands go with those up on the ropes at this point. But again, just to lay it out, Beterbiev isn't the type of guy to be throwing 5-punch combinations, explosive shots, but he will hit you with one shot that you just don't see, short chopping shot, and will put you down.
Well, if he's going to hit him with one shot that he doesn't see, he being the guy that doesn't see it, Koelling, it's going to be the right hand. It's going to be the jab that's going to set it up, the delivery system, the blinding spot, right on his eyes, like that. And then the right hand right behind it to go in between that peekaboo guard.
Koelling figures his best chances are not in these rounds, he's in the latter rounds, where he has an edge and experience is going deep in fights.
Too much to be taken out of him by then.
Final seconds, round 2.
I mentioned the right hand to look for. Well, Beterbiev looking to deliver that right hand right down the middle, split the guard. That's not going to do the job. If the jab is there first, the job might get done.
Round 3, Artur Beterbiev and Enrico Koelling, the first of our 2 fights here tonight. Save Mart Center, Fresno, California. Brian Kenny, Teddy Atlas, and Mark Kriegel.
Teddy, question. With only 6 knockouts in 24 fights, does Koelling have enough to keep Beterbiev off so he can get to those latter rounds?
No, because he keeps his hands in his pockets. So I don't care if he had 25 knockouts. He still wouldn't have enough because he doesn't move his hands.
Koelling saying that, hey, look, I know what he is. I know he's formidable. He told us, it's very European. I'm a sportsman. I want to see how I stand against the best. And we're thinking, hey, kid, that's not how it's done around here. But that is the attitude.
Beterbiev got bothered a little bit with that left hook. A little bit behind the ear. Why did he get caught? He reached in with the right hand a little bit. And Koelling, which he doesn't do a lot, he countered with that left hook.
Koelling now against the ropes, but he'll flash out a jab. He landed. That's a scoring shot. Having a measure of success against Beterbiev here in the first 3 rounds.
I tell you, to Kriegel's question, here's where the X factor, the secret weapon, could be. Koelling can lull you to sleep, you know, if he doesn't go to sleep himself. But by not being busy and not throwing many punches, all of a sudden he threw a counter left hook before, and guess what? Beterbiev was caught by surprise.
Teddy, you're being a little hard on our sportsman. Also, he's that anomaly as a fighter. He's a well-adjusted middle-class kid.
Sounds like you.
Bernardo Asuna was in the corner there to listen to Beterbiev. Bernardo?
Yeah, and Mark Ramsey wanted Beterbiev to vary his offense. He wants him to go downstairs, bring down that high guard, and then go upstairs with the right hand. So he wants him to be a lot more active, but not be predictable.
Beterbiev comes in, probing behind the jab.
Again, if I'm Beterbiev, if I'm in his corner, I'm telling him one thing. I'm telling him, did you ever watch the Philio Stevenson years ago? You were an Olympian. He was a 3-time gold medalist in 3 different Olympics. He used to catch you with one punch. Blind you with the jab, straight right hand, right down the middle. That's there for Beterbiev against Koelling.
And he just landed Teddy like 3 tap jabs before. But it's all, I guess, setting things up.
Got to be a right hand right behind him. And I don't mean jab, then right hand. I mean like good music. I mean, ba-ba, ba-ba. Right hand right behind him.
Pick him up.
In rhythm.
Final seconds here, round 3. Koelling fights back off the ropes. As you see the patience of Artur Beterbiev here in round 3.
Exceedingly disciplined fighter.
Round 4 scheduled for 12 for the IBF light heavyweight belt. Artur Beterbiev coming in. The favorite in this fight, again world champion. Koelling, an Olympian, but making his first trip to the U.S. and so far making a good account of himself.
It seems now that nothing Koelling can do can hold off Beterbiev. He can't establish any distance, Teddy. It's worth mentioning, Brian, that Beterbiev has received pre-fight encouragement from GSP, George St. Pierre, who texted him before the fight, trust your instincts, just win, brother, and stay away from the people who suck your energy.
That's the UFC guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe if you can kick, you have a chance.
I took that one personally, that suck your energy thing.
And fight week is draining.
Why,
Sarah.
he feels you were draining because you talked with him a little bit?
It was very draining. I was there, Teddy. No.
Mark's not draining. He can be boring, but he's not draining.
Oh my goodness.
I disagree. Round 4 here. Beterbiev now lives in Montreal with his wife and his 4 young children, coming over from Russia, and now getting into the public consciousness, and possibly with Andre Ward and his 2 big fights with Sergey Kovalev done, he might be the man that can take over. Teddy, who do you think is the best light heavyweight in the world, Teddy? If you were to look at it and think.
Right now, I think it's a guy that I can't pronounce his name, but thank God I have a Pulitzer Prize winner, or almost Pulitzer Prize winner, writer, a real literary guy next to me.
Doesn't make me a pronunciation expert.
Well, it might. Gostek. Alexander Gostek. He's 14-0 with 12 knockouts.
If he's your best guy, how come you don't know his name?
I know his name, I just don't know how to pronounce it.
He's sitting right behind us, but Vosdik is here with Vasyl Lomachenko. So they're
2
both
pretty
here.
damn good fighters, and in the same stable.
Adonis Stevenson is a guy who was the lineal champion, but his level of inactivity and not fighting the top guys, he loses that veneer of...
Stevenson's the best puncher out of the bunch. He's a southpaw, and he's got a murderous straight left hand, a power punch for a southpaw. But I think that there's guys that are a little bit better than him, but he's a champion. Can't do much better than that.
It's the man who beat Chad Dawson, but now it's up for grabs in the public consciousness. Beterbiev trying to make it happen with through 4. Again, the claim to fame for Beterbiev for a long time was that he was a guy who beat Kovalev twice in the amateurs.
And again, as far as this fight goes, we're seeing, I think it's about music, about jazz, about rhythm. Yeah, we're seeing more punches, obviously, from Beterbiev, but we're seeing him broken up. We're not seeing him in symphony. We're not seeing him in rhythm. We're seeing bang, 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 like that, bang, bang,
I think
bang.
what you're saying,
but we're not seeing them one after another, the way that you hear beautiful music, like ba ba ba.
you're hearing percussion, not symphony.
Exactly. I knew there'd be a reason.
Nice.
Find a reason to have you here tonight. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
There'll be times when you watch Beterbiev fight, though, where nothing seems to be happening, and that's why I say don't blink, don't go away. It can take very little before a man goes down.
And where I want to see, you know, what Mark's talking about as far as that rhythm
There's a right
without
hand.
the break, is I just want to see the right hand right behind the jab down the middle.
I thought at the end of the last round he began to assert his will and established a little rhythm, and then we heard the bell.
He's always asserting his will. He wakes up in the morning, I think he's asserting his will. Just what Beterbiev is. What I want to see him do is not break up the rhythm, the pattern of the punches. I want to see a jab that blinds. The jab is just to blind like that, but then a right hand right behind it. Igor Johansson, I mentioned Tefilio Stevenson. Igor Johansson won the heavyweight title, big surprise against Floyd Patterson. That's what he did. Blinded him with the jab, right hand right behind him.
He tried a right hand there, Teddy, around the guard of Koelling that
Not
time.
a bad choice against a guy who goes into those earmuffs. Go around the glove.
Koelling trying with the hook, and he landed as well. As Koelling seems to have at least a decent rhythm here, firing back and then misses with a right hand. That's a decent sweat, decent rhythm right now.
It's also a decent looping right hand. Now to the body.
Here at the Save Mart Center. Save Mart Center, Fresno, California. Brian Kenny, Teddy Atlas, Mark Kriegel, and Bernardo Osuna working the corners for us. Artur Beterbiev and Enrico Koelling of Germany here, round 6 scheduled for 12 for the IBF belt at 175 pounds.
Good choice of a punch by Beterbiev right there, the looping right hand. Look, I want to see the straight right hand. I'm still going to say it. But a good choice there because, again, you put those earmuffs on, you go into that peekaboo. The opening sometimes is not the conventional way, not the straight way. It's the looping way around the glove.
Beterbiev smartly stands back, avoids that right hand. He also went with the jab to the body as well, Teddy, to open things up. Got to have more of a versatile attack. So far hasn't had an awful lot of success against Enrico Koelling.
Well, he's like Arthur Abraham, except, again, without that explosive power.
Koelling throws a right hand to the body, springs to the side to get out of danger.
Not as caveman-like as Abraham. Abraham was pretty raw. I mean, he won the world title. He was fun to watch. Give him all the credit in the world. Successful. But he was caveman-like, coming with looping shots all night long.
You see how this, fights past 5 rounds. It's really to Beterbiev's credit that he only has one fight past 5. No one's been able to stand up against him past that.
I would pay $20 right now to see some caveman from Koelling.
I don't think that's his nature.
Punches. Of course it's not his nature. That's why I said in the first round.
But Teddy's in the fight. I mean, that's the thing. So he's
I don't think he is. He's losing rounds. He's dumping rounds.
You don't think he's taking any rounds?
He's there, but I don't see him winning rounds.
Teddy, is it a failure of will or is it a failure of talent?
No, it's a failure of temperament. It is, you are what you are. It's your temperament. You want to call it will, be a little fancy? Fine, I'll call it will. But I'm going to say it's personality and temperament.
We could argue over vocabulary of a scorecard for that. So, Teddy, you give every round to Artur Beterbiev.
Yeah, again, it's not will. He's not having his will broken. It's just a matter of he's a safe guy.
That right there, Koelling let fly 2 hooks. Missed his Beterbiev has decent defense. He'll get out of range. There's a sharp jab by Koelling. He's trying this round.
Look, there are people in life that because of their upbringing, they become what they become. Maybe something happened to him early in life where he became this careful guy, a more precise guy, a more thoughtful guy. But that's what he is. That's what Koelling is.
Teddy, he came all the way over here to fight an undefeated guy who knocks everyone out. He's not that timid.
He's timid in the ring right now. You want to make stuff up and you want to make a novel? Go ahead. That's what writers do.
Let us now praise Enrico Koelling. He's gone where no man has gone before, to the beginning of the 8th round with Artur Beterbiev.
Well done.
I think we have a slight difference of opinion in how we're viewing this. All due respect.
No, I thought I was next to Captain Kirk for a minute. Star Trek. Yeah. But that's what happens to get it right. I'm so happy he's here.
No, yeah, spice it up a little bit. Fans a little disappointed with the lack of action so far. Artur Beterbiev, again, looking for the IBF belt. Enrico Koelling, again, into round 8. Bernardo Asunas listening in the corner to the German being spoken there. Bernardo, what should we know?
Well, what they want him is to have a little bit of self-belief. He's already gone and taken the best punches of Beterbiev. Now they want him to show what he's capable of doing. And also in the corner, they're very aware that the Latino fans here are not very appreciative of the European style.
Ryan, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to piggyback off that. He is showing what he's capable of. He's been showing it for 7 rounds.
Yeah.
This is what he is.
Absolutely. It's what he's capable of doing.
He's a controlled guy, a careful guy, a guy that's not going to go out on the edge.
See the punch stats there, CompuBox stats. That's stunning to me. I'm not counting the punches, but Beterbiev has that type of vast edge, which backs up what Teddy has been saying. There you go, Teddy.
Thank you, Ryan.
You and the stats align.
Teddy, you're in Koelling's corner. What do you tell him?
Be something that you haven't been.
Does the trainer have a right to tell a guy that?
Yeah, he's the trainer.
Tell something you've never.
Yeah, go out there.
Be something you've never been.
Be what you need to be tonight. It's not enough tonight to survive, and at the end of the night to say, I went the distance. You have to live with yourself. This is going to be over within a matter of minutes. But for years, you're going to have to live with the regret. Did I do enough? And if the answer comes back yes, it's going to live with you a lot longer than anything in this ring tonight.
Maybe the answer is he did do enough. Maybe that's when he turns off the light tonight, he says to himself he did do enough. Can we hold Beterbiev to the same standard? Hey, you're the knockout artist. You're the guy who's supposed to be the force of the division. Should you knock him out?
No, he's being smart. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's winning the rounds and not putting himself at greater risk than he needs to. But again, if I'm in the corner of Koelling, I'm just saying, son, you got minutes to turn this around, but you got years to live with the regret if you don't do more.
Why is it incumbent on Koelling to take risk but not Beterbiev?
Beterbiev, the reason why I'm not holding him to the same standard is because he's winning the fight. And guess what, Mark? That's the job at hand. Win the fight.
I'd say now of the last round and plus, Teddy, I absolutely hear you with it. The punches are coming from Beterbiev. But I know what Mark is saying, in that for a lot of this fight, Beterbiev, methodical, slow, taking his time, economical. Yeah, it's not as if he's putting his foot down on the accelerator either.
But he doesn't need to.
All right.
Why is it necessarily a failure of character on Koelling's
I'm not saying it's character. See, that's where you put words in my mouth. You writer, you. I'm talking about that. It's just his temperament. It is what he is. It's not a failing. It's a fine character. But it's a character that's not going to get him, as far as right now, a world title. That's all. Now let's talk about something else.
Well, let's talk about Beterbiev. We talk a lot.
Let's not talk for a while. How about that?
About killer instinct. Should Beterbiev be showing more?
No, because, again, he is doing what he has to do. He's got the fight in hand. And at the end of the day, that is your mission. That is what you're trying to accomplish.
Beterbiev blocking those shots that are coming in from Koelling. Again, this is round 9. This is for the IBF belt. So, Teddy, to your point, right, this is the shot at the title. This is a world title fight. And let it hang out now if there's ever a time. A hook from Koelling there to the body, that landed.
And again, here you are in the 9th round. You know, you have a matter of minutes left. And to Mark's question earlier, if I'm in the corner, I'm just saying, look, whatever it is that's holding you back from doing a little bit more, you got X amount of minutes to not let it hold you back. But I got a message for you. Very important you listen to this. You will have years, as I said earlier, years, not minutes, to regret what you didn't do here in the ring tonight. And if that's not strong enough and moving enough, then it's never going to happen.
What I'm suggesting is maybe Koelling can look himself in the mirror. On the other hand, for Beterbiev, it's worth something in terms of the economics of this sport, his reputation, taking a chance on knocking this guy out.
No, I disagree with you. Get the title tonight,
Koelling,
and then go make money.
All right, Koelling come back with a hook there, and the straight right hand by Beterbiev. But business here, Artur Beterbiev looking to stay undefeated. Teddy Atlas has him winning every single round against Enrico Koelling of Germany. Round 10, scheduled for 12 for the title.
Mark Quagle has it a split decision right now.
Now wait, now you're putting things in his mouth. Now that's not fair. And you're the guy with the more powerful allegories.
You're right.
I've known Teddy for a long time. I've always been of the opinion that Teddy's a closet writer, and a fairly gifted one, in fact.
Writer, author of bestsellers himself on his own life.
But also with a writer's sensibilities, no matter how he might try to deny it.
Beterbiev moves in on the ropes, lands a short hook. Everything is guarded. His back fist landing everywhere.
Hey, we're at a fight.
The closest Beterbiev came to leaving boxing was when he was 16 years old. His father paid for his boxing gear for the Russian junior national team. Beterbiev won a gold medal, and 5 days later his father passed in a traffic accident. And it's still something he just won't talk about.
Yeah, we asked him yesterday about it. Say, how did it affect your career? Obviously, you stepped away for obvious reasons, stepped away for a short period of time. How did you get back going? And he said to you, Mark, I don't want to speak about that. He didn't even want to get into the depth of emotion that's still there.
But he also said, I will try to fulfill the promise I made. And he was referring to that time in his life.
This is the first fight in the career of Koelling in the United States. Most of them have been in Germany. I don't know that he's going to want to visit here again. At least not to get in the ring.
He would be in for a rough night, and he's in the deep waters now, round 10. He's absorbed quite a bit of punishment. He stays on his bike, backpedaling, trying to stay out of danger. And Beterbiev now might have the opportunity to put the hammer down.
This is the second time fighting in the U.S. for Beterbiev. Most of his fights have been in Canada. He has traveled very well, and obviously not nearly as far to perhaps get this world title. See, this is what I want. I want a right hand right behind one of those jabs. I want pop up. Right? Not like that. See, there it is again. The music stopping and then starting again. I don't want it to stop. I want it to be jab and then the right hand.
Again, a lead right by Beterbiev. All right, Ted. Coming in one at a time. Body shot, backs him up. Seems to have Koelling wilting just a bit here at the end of round 10.
If you notice, those shots are still the looping right hand, whether it's up top or down below.
Beterbiev now moving in, landed with that right hand, and hurt Koelling.
The straight right hand did split the guard, and that was the best shot of the fight.
Again, thank you, Brian. My daughter, Nicole, giving birth a couple weeks ago to little Joseph Atlas Fazio. 9 pounds, 21 inches, future heavyweight champ.
It's a big boy.
He's going to have a good reach.
Congratulations, Teddy. To you, Elaine, Nicole.
Gonna put the kid in the ring?
We're going to teach him.
He said future heavyweight champ.
Yeah, I see a lot of guys win heavyweight titles.
There's a lot of belts.
There's a lot of belts out there. A lot of belts.
Koelling is slowed down. Now he sits upon the ropes. Beterbiev can let go.
Boy, you guys are goofing on Koelling. He's got a future.
We're not goofing on him at all. That's
back in Germany.
I would never
the currywurst.
Goof on anybody who has the guts to step out of that locker room, walk what seems like the last mile to the death chair, and then go up those steps and get in that ring and do battle with another man. I would never, ever block somebody who does that.
But he's giving his best, and you're taking issue with his temper.
No, it should be taken. Somebody's got to point it out. You're not gonna. Someone has to point it out.
I don't take an issue with it. I think the guy's actually doing his best.
No, he's doing what he's capable of doing. I said that from the beginning. I'm not knocking him for it. I'm saying he's not going to be a world champion because of it.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle, I think it is what it is.
Is Beterbiev doing all he can do?
You're repeating yourself, Mark.
I know that.
But yes, he's doing all he needs to do to be the next light heavyweight champ of the world.
Mark, you're saying that he's ventured a little closer to the Klitschko line.
Mark's trying to create drama because he's a writer.
I know.
I get it.
Because there are times where
I came in with great expectations, like a lot of fans. I want to see a knockout.
But if you had watched the tape, you would know the guy's not capable of that. This is what he does.
Beterbiev or Koelling?
Koelling.
we're going to keep it right here to continue this as Beterbiev has had more success. I know what you're saying. Again, fans can come away dry saying, wait, this is the knockout artist. Where is it? Now there's where he split the guard and drove Koelling back and hurt him.
Again, a body punch and then trying to do a little Tyson stuff there. Going from the body punch and then the uppercut. Not as effective, obviously. Tyson got the results more often than not. And again, putting a few punches together but breaking them up. And to me, those weren't well-placed punches. Those were just thrown punches. Landing on the arms, landing on the gloves, but not designed, well-placed punches, not disciplined punches. If he's going to knock him out, and he being Beterbiev, he needs disciplined punches.
Well, that's it. We've seen over the last generation fights either with, you can call it with Vladimir Klitschko or with Floyd Mayweather, saying, hey, if you're winning all the rounds, what action
both of whom were savagely criticized, by the way.
Correct.
Give me your glove.
So do you let your hands go? And Beterbiev, if he's winning every round, and look, at this point he is just beating down on Koelling, he won't need much more. He won't need anything really to win this fight except to stay on his feet. Teddy has given him every single round as we go to the final and 12th round.
By the way, this is where Koelling thought he would fare best in going 12 rounds. Obviously, that is proven otherwise.
Not turned out to be
but
the
he
case.
would be the first guy to take him to this full distance.
Beterbiev comes out a little more aggressively here to start the 12th round as he pours in. Let's see if he does try a little bit more in this round. Again, you can sense the energy level of Beterbiev is not on the wane. It is solid, steady. The pilot light is just, it's at a nice low flame, and it just keeps going.
Is that not a criticism of a fighter with a world title on the line, his reputation, the world watching?
I hear you. I hear you. Somewhere between the two of you authors, I think the truth lies. Esteemed authors. Now he goes. Beterbiev just bouncing shots lightly off the head of Koelling. When I say lightly, he has an immense amount of power, even on the shots he doesn't wind up on.
Again, kind of like the show business world. You know, sometimes you just gotta finish the act, you know, and get on to the next stand, the next act. And in that act, you become a star. And that's what this is for me. Tonight, this act is just about getting the belt. Get the belt, and then after that, in the next act, you can be a star.
Koelling is hurt now as Beterbiev has definitely started putting more on those shots. More shots are coming out. Koelling is hurt. His legs are betraying him. That's a hard body shot by Beterbiev.
That was percussion.
But that's why I said when Mark had asked me rounds and rounds earlier.
Koelling takes a knee as he goes down, as he has been beaten down by Beterbiev. There's no question Beterbiev in this round has upped the action.
And that's his style. You know, this is where he gets his dividends from all that pressure. This is what he does.
Beterbiev moves in with a right hand.
You know, Mark had asked me earlier, can Koelling do something late because that's his plan? And I said, no, too much to be taken out of him. And you're seeing that right now.
Beterbiev has never had to stand in the ring and listen to a decision as a professional. And down goes Koelling, and that's it. He will still not have to listen to the cards. A knockout win and the light heavyweight championship to Artur Beterbiev. That's closing the show.
I think it's hugely significant that he did knock him out, however long it took.
There was just much more aggression from Beterbiev. Teddy, let's go through it.
Yeah, let's look at the first knockdown here, Brian. Right hand to the body. We were saying earlier with that peekaboo, the body's open. There's the uppercut, split the guard. And a little delay, but it was the uppercut that split the guard that really got things going downward. And there, the looping punch behind the ear. He chose that punch earlier. He saw the peekaboo. He saw the defense. He saw the opening was not in the conventional place. It was behind the ear, and that's what he took. That's exactly what I was saying from the beginning. Let's take a look at how the damage was done. Round after round, pressure, constant pressure. And then later on, their hands moving more and more. The body, Tyson-like, left hook to the body, left uppercut. There's the jab, there's the right hand behind the glove. And there at the end is the punch that was there. The uppercut, the left uppercut, then the right half an uppercut. And then the first knockdown right there, an accumulation of punches, and then the second knockdown and the end of the night with the right hand behind the glove.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dr. Lou Moret calls an end to this bout with an official time of 2 minutes, 33 seconds of the 12th and final round, declaring the winner by way of knockout, and now the new IBF light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur Beterbiev.
Representing in association with Dabella Entertainment, he enters the ring wearing blue trunks with white and red trim. Fighting out of St. Petersburg, Florida, by way of Zenica, Bosnia and Herzegovina, he weighed in at a ready 173 pounds. With a record of 24 wins and 1 loss, he has 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the world-ranked light heavyweight contender, tonight making his first attempt at a world title, introducing Riyadh Hot Rod Koelling. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white trim, from Chechnya, Russia, now fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He weighed in at 174.4 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a perfect record of 13 wins, no losses, and all 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the two-time Olympian, tonight making the second defense of his title. Please welcome the hard-hitting, undefeated, reigning and defending IBF light heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Artur Beterbiev. Introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of the action, Dan Stell.
What's up, gentlemen? This is kind of high. The hip line will be good here, hip line will be good here. Listen, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, come out the bell. Good luck to both of you.
You know, Beterbiev's last fight back in October in Chicago had a 4th round knockout of Callum Johnson, but he had to get up off the canvas to do so. He scored a knockdown in the first round. Johnson came back and scored one on a left hook in the second round, and then Artur really got after him in the 4th round with a right hand and had the impressive knockout. How will he look tonight? 13-0, 13 knockouts against Koelling.
Left hook. Instead of coming out with a jab, he just came right at him.
Sweeping right hand.
Beterbiev being real aggressive, not trying to give Koelling any kind of space to be able to work his jab and keep him on the outside.
Just look at that upper body of Beterbiev. You see such a sturdy guy. You got a guy who physically looks like he would be heavy-handed, doesn't he? He chases him back, nearly put him through the ropes. Koelling was bent in half, has back end going through the white and blue rope.
The problem I have with that is he went straight back. He needed to angle out. You know, Koelling got to be careful not to get caught with those looping shots as Beterbiev moves in and throws looping shots over the top.
I like how poised Koelling looks right now. He told us in the fighter meeting that Beterbiev is probably going to come out fast. I'll be ready for it. I got to weather the storms to get my shots through. And right now, he seems to be calm and he seems to be under control.
Yeah, Koelling got to get his jab working, you know, to be able to slow down Beterbiev. I've never seen Beterbiev move around so much. You know, normally he's stocking forward, looking to close the gap. Now he's coming forward.
He's doing a little bit of both this round.
Yeah, but you see the little short little right hand he landed on the side of the head of Kalajic. Nice, short, crisp. There's going to come a time, Dre, where he's going to sit in front, he's going to catch, and he's going to try to shoot against Kalajic.
That is no knockdown right there. As Dan Stell will wipe the gloves of Artur Beterbiev. Kalajic had his only loss back in April of 2016, and it was a controversial one against Marcus Brown. He was given a split decision, was Brown, at home in Brooklyn. And Brown was fading late, was being pushed around, bullied by Rod in the final round. It was a knockdown that was handed to Brown, a couple that weren't given to Kalajic. And he walked away from that with a really sour taste, then had to deal with the hand issue that we discussed.
The reason Beterbiev is not landing these big shots is because he's leading with those big shots, big right hands and big left hooks. And Kalajic is skillful enough, and he's been in the game long enough where he can see those kind of shots coming, and that's why he's getting out of the way.
Kalajic was touching him just to that belt line moments ago. Now dancing on the outside. There's an awkwardness to him that you will see. Long, lanky, wiry guy. Missed 22 months before returning in July 2018 with that career-threatening hand injury. We caught up with him. Here's what he had to say about it. Saying he could barely make a fist. The condition was lacking blood flow to that right hand. Now here he is fighting for a world championship. Round number 2 here.
Don't lift him up. Let's go.
Against the IBF champion, Artur Beterbiev.
Beterbiev just rushing in, coming in behind the jab. There's nothing coming at him, so that's the reason why he's able to get inside and land stuff over the top. Kalajic hasn't established a good jab yet. He's moving on his feet and you know, trying to, you know, keep the distance. But Beterbiev is closing that gap quickly on him.
Bernardo, what's the early report from the corner of Rod Kalajic?
Rick Karanongan said we expected a strong start from Beterbiev. All we have to do is keep using angles, use our legs. We've got legs for 12 rounds, and just allow him to smother himself.
Watch your back, watch your back of the head.
There's a warning for hitting behind the head.
Look, Kalajic got to get some respect from Beterbiev. Dre, Beterbiev is just getting to where he wants to be all the time.
I think Kalajic can get respect and will get respect, but it's a process. It's only the second round. He's got to find moments like this to let both hands go when he's safe to get those shots off, and that will allow him to box by getting his respect, like you just said.
That was his best work so far, the combination from Kalajic.
No, let's go.
That short right hand from Beterbiev hurt Kalajic right there. Not devastating, but it stung.
You know, Beterbiev is, you know, you see him, he's brute, he's strong, crude, you know, attacks. But he's very methodical in there, Dre. You know, I seen him throw a feint just to get Kalajic in a position where he can land a shot. Nice uppercut from Kalajic. That's a shot that's open for him. But Beterbiev is sneaky, man. A lot of cleverness in him.
Fellas, Beterbiev isn't just sneaky, he's physically stronger. Kalajic has a 3.5-inch reach advantage. What he hasn't shown is being strong enough to keep Beterbiev off.
Exactly right, Mark.
The success of Kalajic is going to depend on how he deals with those storms that Beterbiev comes with. That's going to happen multiple times throughout the course of a fight like this when you have a boxer and more of a puncher. You got to be able to weather those storms and then get back to the game plan.
Well, right now, he's having a hard time dealing with the pressure.
He's got to pick that jab up, and I'm talking about Kalajic.
End of 2 here for the IBF light heavyweight title.
Back up. Let's go.
Joe, Tim, Andre, Mark, Bernardo with you here in Stockton, California. As Beterbiev starts off this third round, where he did the first, coming up charging against Hot Rod Kalajic. Got that nickname Hot Rod because he was wearing a Hot Rod t-shirt in high school and stuck.
See, at some point, Kalajic is going to have to make a shorter turn when Beterbiev charges him, and he's got to make Beterbiev pay. He's got to hit Beterbiev with something that's going to get some kind of respect to make Beterbiev think twice before he charges him. As long as he just circles away, Beterbiev says, I can do this all night long, but you got to make him pay.
Yeah, Beterbiev lunging forward. His head is getting past his knee when he's attacking. The uppercut is available for Kalajic, but I think he's afraid to throw it because he's been hit with some left hooks from Beterbiev.
Absolutely, he doesn't want to open up to get hit with right hands like that.
But he don't have to take a chance. You got to keep this bull up off of him. And I'm talking about Kalajic.
Right on the inside, and it was a right hand that landed for Rod, and then Beterbiev comes back and has a short shot that has success with it as well.
I don't like what I'm seeing from Kalajic. He's sitting there trading with Beterbiev. He don't need to be doing that. He's serving his chin up on a platter right now as he's throwing combinations while he's swinging.
Really has a willingness to do so here in the first half of round 3, though, doesn't he?
Sure does.
He was a little too comfortable sitting in that pocket and trying to trade with Beterbiev.
Well, that's the Kalajic that his team told us we weren't going to see, at least early in this fight. I think the boxing isn't working right now for Team Kalajic, so he's going back to the low-hanging fruit, which is stand there and fight. That's not going to serve him well. Not with a guy like Beterbiev.
Serves the fans, serves the viewers. It's entertaining with the action we're seeing here, but can he sustain it? Trading punches. Look at this. Back and forth they go. Short right hand from the champ, and Kalajic is hurt. Paid the price. That's a technical knockdown. The rope supported him as the knee was going down.
4, 5, 6.
We saw it coming. What could potentially be too risky of a strategy, and he just paid the price. 45 seconds to go here in round 3. The champ in control, having scored the knockdown.
What happens when you lose discipline. You can still fight in spots at the right time. He's not fighting at the right time. He's just slugging. He threw caution to the wind, and that's why he's potentially going to get caught with another shot like that very, very soon, because Beterbiev is lining up Kalajic.
It was a chopping right hand that came down moments ago.
And I could just see the pedigree of Beterbiev. You know, he just looks smarter. You know, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's breaking down Kalajic.
It's not just boxing. That's called power boxing from Beterbiev.
He's hurt.
Big round for Beterbiev. You heard the trainer for Rod Kalajic said, Rod, box, box. That's not what he did in the last round. He was comfortable brawling on the inside, and now with the damage done, the ringside physician is going to take a peek at him. Now referee under counsel, Dan Stell.
Time in, let's go.
Beterbiev, nobody's ever gone the distance with him. 13 knockouts and 13 wins for the IBF light heavyweight champ. And he got Kalajic damaged there in round 3, and now smothering again here early on in round 4. Oh, and here comes Rod saying, I'm going to go for broke, and he scores.
Watch your form.
Right hand from Kalajic gets turned around, and Beterbiev lands a right hand of his own.
The fight just broke out.
Wild stuff here with the IBF light heavyweight title on the line.
Don't push his head down. Let's go.
See the heart of Kalajic, he's game. It's a dangerous affair. You got to be careful.
It's what you call 50-50 fighting. You might get me, or I might get you. Whoever lands first or lands flush, that's the person that's going to win that exchange. But the physical strength of Beterbiev is starting to wear down Kalajic. It's not just the punches, it's the mauling inside, it's the pushing back of Kalajic that Beterbiev is doing, as well as the body work. And then the headshots to top it off. It's just not looking good for the young fighter Kalajic right now.
It's not, and I think Kalajic is still hurt from that last round. He was hurt, he was buzzed at the end of that last round from a right hand.
Even this mauling, smothering stuff on the inside. These short left hands that are coming from 4 inches away are doing damage.
He just gets beat up right now.
Look at this, that is better. Bruising is a great descriptive for Beterbiev. A mauling bruiser of a light heavyweight.
And you can tell by looking at Kalajic, mentally, he's out of answers. He doesn't know what to do right now. So he's just going to fight.
That's it. The gap, he don't know how to fight in the inside, Dre. That's the problem. Nice short uppercut there by him. Snuck that in. But he's having problem keeping the distance, keeping his bull up off of him.
Beterbiev needs to give himself a little bit of space, line up that right hand, and finish off with the left hook.
It's going to be a looping shot, Dre, from Beterbiev. That's going to hurt Koelling.
You see a right hand coming around.
Right hand looping or a left hook as he pulls away towards his right.
That's the range that Beterbiev wants to be at right now.
That's the danger zone if you're Hot Rod. And there is the right hand that was able to get around the guard of that left. Then he goes to the body with one as well. Chopping right hand. Overhand right from Beterbiev. And Rod is hurt again.
He's hurt.
Wobbly feet, but yet willing to exchange. Oh, he tried to go with a one punch. Knockout of an uppercut that just missed. He wanted it all right there in that uppercut. Beterbiev maybe lined up for something. Back-to-back rounds in which the challenger, Rod Koelling, was damaged. And now another visit to the ringside physician.
You got to defend yourself on this stoppage fight. You understand me?
You hear Dan Stell say, you have to defend yourself.
His legs don't look stable at all.
They haven't for about 2 rounds. Artur Beterbiev. Will it be 14 for 14 as he comes out and this fight is over? Beterbiev retains his title with a 5th round TKO.
I can't let you keep taking the beating, brother. Huh? I know, but I got to wait for the doctor.
Dan Stell, the referee, had warned Koelling, you have to defend yourself. Well, as soon as Beterbiev went on the attack and he landed, he said, I'm waving it. 3 fights tonight, 2 world title fights, and nothing goes the distance here in Stockton.
Yes.
Here's the stoppage.
Yeah, just too much pressure from Beterbiev. Nice overhand right. That's the shot that I said it was going to land, and it landed hard. And the ref just stepped in and seen enough. The legs of Koelling was just not underneath him at all. Big overhand right on the temple as he pulls straight back, and the pressure coming from Beterbiev all night long, and they destroyed the man Koelling, man.
Great stop by the ref. No need to let that continue because it was only going to get ugly from there. Or uglier, because it was already ugly.
And remember what we said earlier about the light heavyweight division, a division in which we expect unification bouts to happen this year, and we expect Artur Beterbiev to most likely be one of the participants of having a couple champs fight. Let's go up to the ring to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 13 seconds in round number 5. A referee in charge stops the contest. He is the winner by way of knockout, improving to 14-0 with 14 knockouts, and he is still the IBF light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur Beterbiev.
Take a quick break. When we come back, Bernardo will talk to the champ, Artur Beterbiev. TKO win, 14-0 with 14 knockouts. Stick around.
Introducing to you first, the WBC title holder fighting out of the blue corner, wearing silver and black trunks, fighting out of Oxnard, California, and hailing from Kharkiv, Ukraine. He weighed in at 74.3 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 17 wins, no losses, 14 of his wins coming by way of knockout. He is a 2012 Olympic bronze medalist tonight, making the second defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the acclaimed, undefeated WBC light heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Nail, Alexander Volstik. And his opponent across the ring, the IBF title holder, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white trim, fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, by way of Chechnya, Russia. He weighed in at 174 1/2 pounds. His sensational record stands at 14 wins, no losses, with all 14 wins coming by way of knockout. He is a two-time Olympian. Tonight, making the third defense of his title, please welcome the hard-hitting, undefeated IBF light heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Artur Beterbiev. And introducing our referee in charge, now to give instructions, we have Gary Rosato.
Okay, Alex, mouthpiece. 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 Okay, give a specific detailed instruction in the locker room. I'm going to tell you two things. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves, bang at the bell. God bless you. God bless you.
So here we go for the Unified Light Heavyweight World Championship. Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley, Andre Ward ringside on the call with you. Of course, when Andre retired undefeated, started broadcasting, Dre, you left the light heavyweight division open for a dynamic bunch of Eastern European powerful fighters, and these two have risen to the top.
I left the light heavyweight division, Joe, in good hands with these young fighters. And these guys
Bostic and Beterbiev, round number one. What should concern each man early on?
Well, right now, Bostic has to keep Beterbiev off balance. He has to disrupt his rhythm with movement. He has to use his jab, and he has to change his location. He can't stand in front of Beterbiev no longer than 2 seconds. And for Beterbiev, he has to find a way to get inside the reach of Bostic. He has to go down to the body early to slow down the taller man, because that's what you're supposed to do. And he has to land that big overhand right.
Bostic wants to stay smart early on, like you said, Tim. Doesn't want to get hit with the big shot early on. Doesn't have a lot of sweat on his body. He's sort of cold. He doesn't want to get caught cold. The same with Beterbiev, because he's been down as well. But Beterbiev wants to press the issue and get Bostic unnerved as early as possible to start to establish his dominance.
Both men have been up off the canvas in their career. In the case of Bostic, in his signature win, he was staggered badly in the 10th round before going on to an 11th round knockout of Adonis Stevenson. That is how he claimed the lineal in WBC Light Heavyweight Championship of the World.
I like what Bostic is doing right now. He's taking the jab upstairs and also downstairs. You know, that's a good trade. He's trying to slow down Beterbiev with those shots. Nice little right hand over the top as he escapes. And guess which way he moved? He moved to his right, moving away from Beterbiev's right hand. Beautiful combinations. That's exactly how you keep a puncher away. You got to let his hands go, and that's exactly what Bostic is doing at the moment. Letting his hands go at the right moment.
There's a right hand to the body from Alexander Bostic as he was able to get underneath that left elbow.
The middle of the forehead is starting to redden of Beterbiev from the punches of Bostic that he's been landing right down the middle.
That's, of course, always the danger zone with Beterbiev, that right hand. He is thudding with that right hand.
There he is, moving out right, moving away. Not allowing Beterbiev to set up the right hand. That's what you do. You move the opposite way of the strong punch of your opponent. That's what Bostic is doing.
Circling to the right, time and again. Got to have smart enough offense, but even smarter defense against a guy who is 14-0 with 14 knockouts.
10 seconds. This is for the bell. This is for the bell.
Good start here in our light heavyweight championship fight. Off balance that time at the end, and down goes Bostic. That is being scored a knockdown. That short clubbing work on the inside.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
You feel that shouldn't have been ruled a knockdown. You see Teddy Atlas yelling at the referee, Gary Rosato. Let's listen in.
Let's look at the replay.
Teddy Atlas comes all the way across the ring.
Put it out of your head. Forget it. Relax. You look good. You got to relax a little bit. Relax. Deep breath through your nose. Let it out slow.
Here's what happened. You be the judge. Is this a knockdown? Is there a clean punch landed that scores? Looked like it was grappling.
That was a takedown, Joe. It's not a knockdown.
Boy, it looked like Bostic was holding on.
He had his right hand around the neck, and then there is not a clean punch landed to score the knockdown of Bostic, but yet that's what it ruled. Now, you'll see Greg Serb, the commissioner, up on the apron speaking to Gary Rosado. There's the commissioner in the far end of the ring. That's Gary Rosado. Or excuse me, that's Greg Serb. Greg Serb, we had a conversation with earlier. We asked him about the use of instant replay. He said it's at his discretion, listening to the referee here. All three judges have been informed now that that is being overturned to a slip. It is not a knockdown. Well done by the Pennsylvania Commission and Commissioner Greg Serb of utilizing the 60 seconds and the replay that's afforded to him and overturning that.
As you should be. That's fantastic.
Clear to see right here that the fighters get tangled up. A missed shot right there from Beterbiev, a glancing shot, and you see the left foot trip over the right foot of Beterbiev. Good call by the commission to look at the replay.
Let's check in with Bernardo Osuna.
I was right behind Greg Serb, the commissioner, as he was looking at the replay. He saw all three angles of it, and then he determined that it was the left hand that pushed down on Bostic that caused that knockdown, immediately calling it a push.
So here we are in a day and age of sports when every Monday and Tuesday morning becomes a national crisis over NFL replay review and officiating, and boxing in about 10 seconds solves a problem like that.
That's great. That's
Go
fantastic.
figure.
I like it a lot.
Me too, and I like what Bostic's doing right now. He is outboxing Beterbiev, using his jab, using feints occasionally, landing combinations to the head and body. I love the fact that he's changing levels. He's going down to the body, throwing a jab down to the body, slowing down Beterbiev. Great boxing.
A warning from Rosado. Beterbiev tries to close that gap. Didn't do any work, though, on the inside that time. Tries to come over the top with that power that he's known for with the right hand. His right hand will come from many angles, clubbing, sometimes overhand. Bostic trying to split the guard against Beterbiev.
See, he keeps investing, and I'm talking about Bostic. He keeps investing in the body. That's going to show up later in the fight because we know Beterbiev. He's only been 12 rounds once, and he knocked out his opponent in the 12th round.
Over to Teddy Atlas to inform him that it was overruled upon review on the replay and it was a slip. But he did not like how Teddy berated Gary Rosado, the referee, coming out of the corner.
Okay, Bernard. That was the incident that happened at the end of one. You see Beterbiev now a little more free with that right hand, isn't he? Gaining confidence to step to Bostic and let it go a bit. Bostic over the top of that jab that time with a counter right hand, but Beterbiev comes back with a right hand of his own and lands a big right hand, and Bostic ties up for a moment. Man, oh man, can Beterbiev bring it.
Beterbiev is not worried about quantity tonight, fellas.
No.
He's worried about quality of punches. The punches he's landed, he's gotten the attention of Bostic.
So a right hand from Artur Beterbiev, the clash of undefeated world champions here in Philly. Round number 3 here. Two-time Olympian is Artur Beterbiev, 34 years old. Bostic at 32 years old. So the long amateur careers. Here you are, guys 14-0, guys 17-0. They say, listen, let's do it. Let's just get after it here and unify.
Both these guys want to be great. That's why. Hall of Fame fighters. That's what they do. They take risks.
You can see some of those right hands are straying just behind the left ear. As Beterbiev is willing to throw some of those curling and looping right hands. Combination, that time from Bostic. Let's check in with Bernardo.
Mark Ramsey said, look, we noticed in that first round how Bozdik was moving to the right. So I told Beterbiev, cut off the exit with your left hook, and he won't be moving that way the rest of the night.
Smart strategy, but you got to keep that left hand up as well, or else that will happen as Bozdik just landed a right hand of his own. Both guys have had success with right hands early on here.
Ooh. There's Beterbiev trying a different variation of the right hand. Just missed off the mark with the right uppercut.
Doubles up that left hand through a short uppercut to Beterbiev. Now tries to come around the guard with the right hand.
One of the things that Bozdik needs to watch out for is throwing the jab from too close. You heard it from Teddy. That's the reason why he was clipped with that overhand right in the second round. The last round was because he threw the jab from too close.
Based on the body language so far, I don't think Beterbiev has much respect from Bozdik. I think he's got that big brother, little brother syndrome. Even though they fought 10 years ago, they came up in the same circuit, Beterbiev feels like he's the dominant man tonight.
It's palpable. You can sense it sitting here ringside that is the belief and the confidence of Beterbiev. As you reference what happened back in 2009 in an amateur fight between these two, when Beterbiev won by a second-round TKO, he stopped Bozdik. He bloodied his nose.
Right. It's almost like Bozdik is trying to prove to the bigger brother that I can finally beat you, and Beterbiev wants to prove to the younger brother that you're not there
and
yet.
I still got your number.
It's body language.
Yep, you can read it, you can sense it.
It may not translate to a win for either guys, but that's what you're seeing right now.
I'm seeing a little bit of a chess match as well. You see Bozdik, he's trying to move away, and you see Beterbiev trying to cut him off with the left hook, and occasionally he'll escape. Beterbiev.
End of 3 here in Philly.
This is a tough fight, man. This is a 50-50 fight.
Especially in an era right now, guys, where a lot of young fighters and fighters in general, they want to define their own legacy, right, and try to make as much money in the meantime. These guys, yes, they're making the money, but they're allowing the fights to define their legacy and the risk that they're taking to define their legacy. I got a lot of respect for that.
Bozdik comes forward with a 2-punch combination.
And Bozdik looked like he's changing strategy now, throwing his combinations and bagging up Beterbiev in spots. Letting his hands go. That's the key to keep the powerful man at bay, who is Beterbiev.
And Beterbiev will be a lot more effective, and I'm sure the fans hear me say this every time we have a fight. If he came behind the jab, he could hide his power and sneak something in there. But I'm not going to call for that tonight from Beterbiev because I don't think that's what's on his mind. He's looking to hurt Bozdik with both hands, and he's not worried about the jab tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and let Beterbiev just be.
But Beterbiev is eating some shots right now as Bozdik is attacking forward, changing the trajectory of the punch to the body and also to the head, confusing them with that.
And I think that's part of Beterbiev's strategy. He wants to bring Bozdik to him. He doesn't want Bozdik moving away. He wants to bring Bozdik to the power because sometimes Bozdik will lean over his feet. That gives Beterbiev the best chance to land that right hand.
Undefeated champions with unique skill sets, distinct styles, the thudding power in the right hand of Beterbiev, the boxing, the speed, the skill of Bozdik. Fascinating matchup. Bozdik puts together a combination that included a right hand to the body. And then Beterbiev returns fire in the midst of round number 4, light heavyweight world championship unification bout.
Joe, that straight right from Beterbiev to the solar plex of Bozdik was a heavy, heavy shot. And I know Bozdik still feels it.
And you see the effects right now, Dre.
That takes some time to wear off. You can see the reddening on the left side of Bozdik's solar plex.
And then covering up for a moment here. It's been a pretty solid 4th round here for Bozdik. And then he goes there again with a right hand, just touching north of that belt line.
He has to continue to break down Beterbiev. Bozdik has to continue to invest in the body.
That's going to bring him to the power, though, Tim.
Our two world champions toe-to-toe here in Philly. End of 4, a quick break, and we will be right back.
Here we see the body work from Beterbiev right there, and the work back to the head with the left hook. He's just mauling Bozdik. He missed the right there, but just even the elbows, even the physical strength of pushing him back, you better believe that that's starting to wear down Bozdik. Don't overlook the physicality of Beterbiev.
Beterbiev has landed 24 of 87 punches thrown. Bozdik 20 of 107. At the end of that round, there was a moment where Beterbiev came in and scored against Bozdik, and Teddy Atlas said to him, don't lose concentration. You can't lose concentration for even a second, and you can't be on the ropes against these guys.
If you be on the ropes, you'll stand up target for a big puncher. And if you lose concentration just for a split second, Tess, well, you might have to pick yourself off the canvas.
Reminder, SportsCenter is going to be coming your way once we get finished with this unification world title fight. Of all the reaction from the ALCS. That is coming up after Top Rank Boxing here on ESPN and the ESPN app. Round number 5. The rare occurrence of a light heavyweight unification title fight between undefeated world champions.
Beterbiev is finding a home for the right hand. Straight right, overhand right. 2 punches that landed flush on the chin of Bozdik.
Beterbiev's up 3 rounds to 1, according to Andre Ward. Remember that first round, we had the knockdown overruled on video replay by Greg Serb, the Pennsylvania Commission. Went around, told the judges it was a slip. It was that big right hand scored in round 2 by Beterbiev, his signature work so far early on.
Tess, I actually had Bozdik winning that round before the push or what was called a knockdown, so I reversed that and gave the first round to Bozdik, as I should have in the first round.
As the judges also had to go about and change their scorecards. Excellent job by the commission here.
It seems like this is a more tactical fight for both fighters now. You see Beterbiev kind of stepping back, trying to, look at the landscape right now and picking his spots to choose to attack Bozdik. And Bozdik right now is slowing down his offense as well. He needs to get on that jab and continue to work the body of Beterbiev.
Neither fighter are body punchers, but with the punch they do throw well to the body is a straight right.
You see that right hand?
Yes.
That Beterbiev just landed.
And there's another good body punch by Beterbiev. Here's the deal with Beterbiev. Awkward at times, but everything has a little bit of a thud wrecking ball to it, no matter where it's aimed for. And meanwhile, Bozdik firing back and able to get away from a right hand there. And now tying up on the inside as Beterbiev lets loose.
Oh, he's rough in the inside, rough and tough. Bruiser. He's looking for any opportunity to land anything on Bozdik. This is the right hand to the body. This is a signature punch this round. It landed twice, and that hurts. Here it is again, right in the solar plex, and you see Bozdik taking a deep breath in, moving a little bit off balance right there. Taking these type of body punches from a big puncher is draining. It's almost suffocating, and it tests your heart.
We need to block him. The only thing he tried to do is a right hand from long distance. That his only punch. Okay, you need one punch very fast or counter-attack left hook. Okay, he throw right, you throw left hook.
You're throwing it from too close, coming straight in with it. Do not knock on the front door going inside. You hear me? Do not throw the jab from too close.
Let's go, Teddy, come on.
You hear Teddy giving the advice, be careful throwing that left from too close. He wants to make sure he's not countered. Meanwhile, Mark Ramsey on the other side with Beterbiev is giving him the strategy he wants him to employ to do damage opposite the right hand.
I love it. He said, throw the left hook. If he throws the right hand, throw the left hook. It's open.
So we will look for that. Will we see the left hook out of Artur Beterbiev. The focus all week long in the pre-fight talk was the right hand of Beterbiev, the right hand of Beterbiev, and now a wrinkle being put forth here from his trainer. There is the right hand of Beterbiev, as is often the case.
So Tess, it's the variation of the right hands Beterbiev is landing. He's landing to the body, he's throwing an uppercut, and he's coming around the guard, and he just landed a straight right hand.
Round number 6, everything on the line
right hand
for these two.
Good right hand to the body.
And there's another right hand to the body from Beterbiev as Gvozdyk takes a step back near those ropes. And then he comes in with a right uppercut to Beterbiev, trying to time him, a clubbing left hand. Gvozdyk looking for a counter and punching between the punches. Combination that finished with a right hand under the left elbow as well from Gvozdyk.
About 15 seconds ago, that straight right made Gvozdyk get on his bike. That hurt him.
Yep.
I don't think he's recovered. And Beterbiev knows it as well.
No, he went straight back to the ropes, then made his way over to the neutral corner, and now he's looking for an opportunity, and he ties up and drives Beterbiev back. Halfway through round number 6. Boy, he really brings that right hand when he wants to pull the trigger, doesn't he? As Gvozdyk was able to get away from it.
And here's the thing, these fighters know each other way better than we know them. They came up in the same system. They only fought one time, but they knew about each other. They've heard things about each other. You know the guys that you're training alongside, guys that you are rivals with. You know the rumors, hey, this guy's a good fighter, but he doesn't have heart. Or, hey, this guy's a good boxer, but doesn't like pressure. Beterbiev knows the weaknesses of Gvozdyk, and he's taking advantage of those tonight. And the weaknesses are not necessarily what you see with the eye, it's the intangible. It's in certain moments, you'll see Gvozdyk give in a little bit, where Beterbiev hasn't shown that he's willing to give in yet.
Well, one thing that really sticked out to me, Dre, in the fighter meeting, Ramsey said that we want to see if Gvozdyk is comfortable in every single range. And I said, well, what range do you think he's not comfortable in? He said inside, in the pocket.
And Teddy Atlas just warned him, not too close when you jab.
Yes. Beautiful shots. Great exchange by both guys.
Yeah, but Gvozdyk got the better of that, and he hurt Beterbiev.
Good work there. End of 6 is heating up here in Philly. Oh! And a clubbing shot. And they're saying no knockdown scores. We'll take a look at that replay. But that was not a knockdown at the end of 6.
Deep breaths, deep breaths. Now listen.
See vicious exchanges from both guys. Beterbiev landed a glancing shot. Both guys missed.
It came over the top.
Clubbing shot.
No shots landed in that sequence right there.
But this was earlier.
Yeah, here's what he actually took place. A shot landed clean for Beterbiev. Gvozdyk landed a shot in the chin. We see that exchange one more time. You see the right leg of Beterbiev go to the side. That's a tall tale sign that he was hurt.
A little farther out, all right? Yes. Time him with right hands over his jab. Slip his jab, go around him with right hands. And sometimes give him a quick jab in the right hand. And go around him. Don't wait for him. Second down, let's go. And one other thing. Do not jab where you can counter it. You hear me? Yes. Concentrate. See everything. Let's go.
Concentrate, see everything. He's worried about the counterpunch coming over the jab on the inside. It was a fascinating last round. Now round number 7, and with our undefeated world champions here looking to unify.
See, Tess, that last round, that's what you call a championship round. A championship round is not necessarily the 12th round. It's certain points in certain fights where you're giving me your best, I'm giving you my best, but who's gonna break? Who's gonna wilt? Who's gonna start to give in a little bit? Right now, it looks like Beterbiev has the edge, but Gvozdyk is not tapped out. He's still in this fight emotionally.
Bernardo, what can you offer up?
Mark Ramsey wants the tide to continue to turn in Beterbiev's favor by making it a physical fight, having Gvozdyk on the inside, and turning it into a bruising, punishing fight.
Well, you don't have to worry about bruising and punishing when it comes to Beterbiev. I mean, he throws punches on the inside where his forearm ends up behind the guy's head at times. That's why you see this stuff that has to be overruled, from knockdowns to slips. He's clubbing, he's awkward, he's thudding. He just comes in for demolition when he's on the inside.
Trey, I see a little bit of what you're talking about, but I also see Gvozdyk having his ways, having his moments. He's letting his hands go with combinations to the head and body. He's landing his power shots as well on Beterbiev.
That's what I just said. It's going back and forth.
This is exactly the matchup that we thought we would have.
But this is why a lot of guys don't take these kind of risks. They don't want to take these kind of fights. They don't want to deal with this kind of pressure for the whole world to see.
Yes, but you know what happens? Nobody ends up losing. Both guys elevate because of it. You become bigger and better in the game because of taking on challenges like this.
You see the low points right here in this fight where no guy is willing to exchange. That's the time to work your jab. You got to get your jab working so that way you can steal the round.
Both fighters fought at a torrid pace in the 6th round. I think this round, both fighters are taking the round off. The last 30 seconds could determine who won this round.
Good body shots right there from Beterbiev. 2 left hooks to the body.
Sneaky left.
Doubled it up.
A little knot on the left side of Gvozdyk's face from the right hands of Beterbiev.
See, Gvozdyk's trying to get out at the right time and throw his combinations out distance.
Up jab that time.
Yeah, and occasionally gets popped with the jab, sitting right in front for a little bit too long.
There's that left hook from Beterbiev. Remember, Mark Ramsey called for that a few rounds ago. Right hand to the body. Once they hear that clap of the final seconds of each round, we get intense action. The KO streak is on the line. He's 14 for 14 in his career, and you got some great current champions on this list. Deontay Wilder, of course, all the reports of the mega rematch with Tyson Fury coming in February.
Beautiful jab. Both guys exchanging punches right there. The jab hand, and you see the left hook that Ramsey keeps asking for. Here it is. Both guys trading jabs out at distance.
Well, that's why Beterbiev needs to keep using his jab, because the jab is like a right hand. He's that strong and that powerful. He just doesn't use it enough.
Yeah, but whoever uses it the most, I think in those little low points in the fight, has to use the jab to win the rounds.
There is Tyson Fury, the lineal heavyweight champion, sitting ringside to take this in. Round 8. Look at the CompuBox numbers as they've been tallying it up, and the distinct styles and the back and forth, and yet look at how close. When we said it's evenly matched, here we are sitting in round 8. 89 punches landed from Beterbiev, 87 from Gvozdyk. Something's got to give.
Yeah, mean body shot from Beterbiev just a few seconds ago. A right hook to the body.
I think the right hands to the body have sort of been the X factor.
Exactly, it is the X factor.
Everybody was thinking the right hands up top from Beterbiev, but it has been the right hand to the body. And now Gvozdyk comes back with a right hand to the left flank.
Well, Gvozdyk right now got to answer himself some questions. You know, how bad is he wanted right now? You know, it seems like he's kind of withering away a little bit, losing concentration in this round, taking some big shots to the body and also to the head from Beterbiev.
Yeah, this kind of fight with even competition against another champion, champion versus champion, both fighters got to constantly, round after round, continue to answer questions about themselves.
Making adjustments on the fly.
But again, a lot of fighters don't want to have to answer those types of questions.
That right hand to the body.
Keeps going there with it. Straight right hand to the body from Beterbiev.
No measure, no measure.
That has been targeted.
And you see the offense.
Gvozdyk comes with a right hand over the top against Beterbiev, and a 1-2 with a right hand that lands on the back end.
That's what I'm talking about. Answer those questions.
Gary Rosado admonishing Artur Beterbiev. Rosado has had to earn his pay tonight, that's for sure, and a lot of business still to be done.
Credit to Gvozdyk. Beterbiev, he's asking questions of Bozdik, and even though Bozdik will have a shaky moment or two, he's answering those questions well.
Bozdik comes forward, two-punch combination. Tries to back him up with the jab. Final half minute here. Corner actually yelling it out at the end of the round.
Beautiful right hand exchange from both guys. Good defense from Bozdik there in the inside.
Good upper body head movement to get away from those clubbing shots. A series of rights and lefts from Beterbiev.
Good round.
Sure was.
Don't do that again, all right? Art, Artur, this is 4 more rounds.
Here we see Beterbiev stalking Bozdik. Bozdik lands a nice jab in a right hand, and he gets off the center and gets out of harm's way. Jab, right hand to the side of the head, and he gets out of harm's way because you know Beterbiev, he's coming back with his own firepower, his own heat.
Hey, Dre, that's been his signature punch. The 1-2 has been landing for Bozdik all night long. He cannot miss with that shot. And both guys exchanging punches right here. Wow. Right versus right. My goodness, and both guys taking them well.
Your hands got to move before he gets close. Keep him outside. You hear me? Move your hands at the right range and counter the crap out of him with right hands and jabs in right hands. All right?
Teddy wants the counter right hands. Beterbiev wants more and more of his right hands. Bozdik has thrown 290 power punches. Beterbiev's thrown 193 jabs. When you look at the total punches, it's 101 to 104 advantage Bozdik by 3 punches as we start round 9. That's how even it's been.
Yeah, Bozdik is throwing the volume, whereas Beterbiev is throwing the more thudding punches. I don't know what that was. I don't understand why he stopped for just a split second.
Nor did Gary Rosado.
Whatever it was, Bozdik stole a few seconds to rest.
Those are shots that overhand right he got to be wary of. Throwing the jab through, that body shot right there, that hurt him. You see the elbows get pinned down on Bozdik.
See, some of these rounds have been extremely close, but the body language of Beterbiev has been better than the body language of Bozdik, so that'll cause a judge to sway in the direction of Beterbiev because he looks like he's in command.
And then you get these combinations coming from Bozdik.
This is what happened earlier in the round. As that straight left hand came in.
He got hit with a body shot and
the body shot made him stop and get a breather.
Well, we don't get timeouts in this sport.
He sold that, Joe.
He sold it to Gary Rosado. He absorbed the body shot, and now Beterbiev, you can tell, senses things here.
He's
to
hurt
your
right now.
point, Dre. And now Beterbiev is swarming here in the midst of round 9. Bozdik ties up.
But see, that sequence right there where there wasn't really any clean punches landed, but they tangle up and Beterbiev pushes Bozdik off and then walks right to him and pushes him off again. That's almost the equivalent of getting hit with 2 headshots and 3 body shots. That's a lot to deal with.
There's wear and tear, the elbows on the inside, the forcefulness, the grappling of Beterbiev. He just comes across as the sturdier, stronger, more dominant force.
Body language.
Right now, you're right, Tess.
Body language.
Another body shot from Beterbiev. This is a clear Beterbiev round as he's on the attack on the inside. Remember, Atlas told him he doesn't want him there, to be careful at short range.
He's exhausted. That's a big right hand right there.
And Beterbiev is mauling right now. Right uppercut comes in from Beterbiev. 2 undefeated champs, but one's in control here in round 9 right now as he's backing up Bozdik.
He better tie up.
Beterbiev, he's not allowing him to. Beterbiev is not allowing Bozdik to tie up. He's doing the right thing.
Look at Beterbiev.
To the head and to the body, and then he's pushing him off and walking right back to him. Great work from Beterbiev.
There's a clean right hand right on the temple.
Clubbing right hands. Remember, we described him as a little demolition derby. That's what he did in that round.
To float a little bit. You can't let him.
Here he is, Beterbiev moving in, marching in.
Give me that other body.
There's a nice body shot. Right hand to the body. Folds up. Bozdik.
And he pushed down on his head, Tim. That's a lot to deal with.
It's a lot
hit him with another left hook. That's what you see right there. The physicality, the punching power, and the strength is too much thus far.
It's wearing him down. It's wearing him out, Trey.
Pull it together. You're a champion. Go in there and show that.
What a great motivational speak right there.
He is a champion. He's the WBC and lineal light heavyweight undefeated champion. But right now, he's a champion who's been hurt by another undefeated champion who's a big puncher. Teddy Atlas turns to Bozdik and says, make your body come back to you. Get back to it. But Beterbiev has been relentless, and there's a right hand that comes over the top to open up this 10th round.
Threw the jab from a little bit too close, losing concentration just for a split second. And he paid for it.
Watch your heads, watch your heads.
Teddy's doing his job. He's saying all the right stuff, and I respect it. But if Bozdik doesn't believe it, and I'm led to believe he doesn't believe it, it's to no avail. And Beterbiev doesn't believe that Bozdik is a better champion.
He goes down! The rugged work of Beterbiev collapses him, but he pushed him down, so it's being ruled a slip.
Wow.
But watch out here. Still 2 minutes to work, and Beterbiev is so powerful, so strong.
Push down, push down.
He makes a fight of it. Everything he does comes with that brawling, powerful, thudding, mauling kind of presence. Bozdik just walking chest to chest, getting a moment to try to recover and rest halfway through round number 10. Undefeated champions in a unification bout. Beterbiev getting the best of it here on the tail end. Right hand comes in again. Then a short left hand on the inside. Bozdik is hurt. Bozdik goes down.
3, 4, 5. How you doing, champ? 6, 7. How you doing? 8. Ready to go? All right.
Still a minute to go in round 10, and here comes Beterbiev. He wants to close the show. Trying to become a unified champion. Can Bozdik survive here and make it to these championship rounds? Short left hand. He goes down again. Beterbiev is dominating here. Second knockdown scored in this 10th round.
7, 8. One more chance, fight's over, all right?
One more chance, he says. Artur Beterbiev, 14-0 with 14 knockouts, is number 15 in front of him. Trying to come over the top with a right hand. That's it. It's over. Artur Beterbiev is the unified light heavyweight champion of the world. A dominating 10th round by Beterbiev. And the team from Montreal is celebrating. He is perfect. 15-0 with 15 knockouts. And now the 7th multi-belt world champion in the sport.
It was nothing to look out for anymore. Bozdik was not trying to win. He was trying to survive. Beterbiev sensed that. He landed big right hands. Here we see him step to the side, land a grazing shot right there, another flicking shot. But Bozdik was already hurt. It didn't take much to put him to the ground.
What exactly what he did was he took him back 10 years ago when he knocked him out. That's what he took him back to. Pressuring him, bullying him in the inside, being rough and tough with him, and landing his power shot. Look at it, as they wrestle and tussle in the inside right here. And Beterbiev stalking forward, being hungry, being determined, found a way to get this job done. And there's the end of the fight. And the ref sees enough. Knockdown number 3. And Beterbiev. 2-time.
Let's make it official. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes 49 seconds in round number 10. Our referee in charge, Gary Rosado, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout. He is still undefeated. He is now the IBF and WBC light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur Beterbiev.
The 34-year-old who grew up in Russia, one of 5 brothers. The family had financial struggles. His father was killed in a car accident when he was 16. The year that Artur Beterbiev was sent off to a sports academy to start his boxing career.
The contender in the blue corner, wearing blank trunks with a silver trim. He is 30 years of age. He stands 5'11", holding a professional record of 21 bouts, 19 wins, including 10 by the way of knockout, with a single loss and 1 draw. He is the champion of Germany, an IBF Intercontinental Light Heavyweight champion from Magdeburg, Germany, Adam Ровно по диагонали, в красном углу ринга, непобежденный профессионал из России. На нем черная боксерская форма. Ему 36 лет. Его рост 182 сантиметра, вес 79 килограммов и 200 граммов. 15 раз он выходил на профессиональный ринг. И 15 раз не оставлял никому ни единого шанса усомниться в своих победах. Перед вами действующий чемпион мира в полутяжелом весе по версиям WBC и IBF. Он представляет боксерский клуб «Ахмат». Right in front of him, wearing black, the undefeated reigning champion from the Russian Federation. He stands 5 feet and 11.5 inches tall. He weighed in at 174 pounds, 6 ounces. 15 times he stepped into the professional ring, and 15 times he did not leave anyone a single step of doubt to his victory. He is reigning and defending light heavyweight champion of the world, representing the Ahmad Boxing Club, Artur Beterbiev!
Да. Ребята, 12 раундов. Внимательно слушайте мои команды. Вы видите после долгой команды стоп. Пожали руки по углам. Защищайте себя все время. Удачи.
Here we go. 2 belts and the lineal championship on the line. Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley, and the guy who retired to open up the IBF belt that Artur Beterbiev then won. Andre Ward on the call, getting set for round 1. And guys, I give pause because anytime you get that shot of Artur Beterbiev when he's introduced just before a fight, and the 3 of us, I was looking at your faces, the way you react when you see what he looks like physically. Dre, if I turned to you and said, can you build me a rectangle that's 6 foot high out of brick and put a cinder block on top of it for a neck and head, that's pretty much what this guy looks like. He is chiseled at 175 pounds, isn't he?
Yes, he is. If you want a boxing body, that's a good body to have right there. But the beautiful thing about Beterbiev is it's functional strength. It's not just, you know, aesthetics. So you're going to see that functional strength displayed here in this fight early on, just like you see that right hand. You know, Dinas blocked that right hand, but because Beterbiev is so strong, he felt even the punch that he blocked.
Southpaw Dinas trying to time and fire back with that straight left hand.
Look, most guys that fight Beterbiev are already beaten before they even get to the fight. They were beaten months ago, a week ago before the fight is even announced, because the reputation that Beterbiev has, you know, it puts a lot on their psyche. They understand that he has the punching power and they fear it going in. So if Dinas, if he's going to win this fight, he has to believe he can win this fight.
I think in the first round, if you're Dinas facing a fighter like Beterbiev, you want to make it hard for him to hit you. A, you don't want to get caught cold by a fighter like Beterbiev. But then B, you want to try to get him to miss and counter to hopefully frustrate him and to cause him to second guess before he lets his shots go. he hasn't been that successful in this round because Beterbiev has landed several good shots.
See, the kill shot for Beterbiev is the right hand. And that's the shot that the southpaw must fear. What I like about what Dyna's doing is he's keeping his distance and he's keeping Beterbiev thinking and keeping his hands in his pocket, so to speak.
There is always a pronounced sturdiness to Beterbiev.
He's a better thinker than people give him credit for.
Yes.
They only talk about the power and the strength, but he's a thinker.
We saw more of that in his last outing when he took and unified the belt from Bozdik. Saw the jab, very strong jab. Was able to show some defensive prowess as well, but in the end it still finished the same way as always. 3 brutal, chopping right hands, scoring knockdowns in the 10th round to earn that knockout victory. Oh, he clips him with a right hand. Clips him with a right hand here in the closing seconds of round number 1. It doesn't take much with this kind of power from Beterbiev. Such velocity with that right hand.
See the jab right there, power jab from Beterbiev. Dynas is trying to come back. But when you're a fighter as strong as Beterbiev, you just have to graze your opponent. You don't have to hit him flush. That wasn't a flush shot on the chin of Dynas. That was a grazing shot off the top of the head, and down goes Dynas. So that's the danger in facing a guy like this. You can make no mistakes.
Like I said, you can't afford to make any kind of mistake against a puncher in Beterbiev.
You make the point that even a grazing shot, it came with such speed. We're watching it obviously in super slow-mo from Russia, but in real time, you could hear it, and it came with such velocity. He just has absolute wrecking balls in his glove, so it doesn't take much. First knockdown scored, end of round 1.
After a knockdown like that in that first round, if you're Dynas, you really got to answer the question, do you really want to win? Did you really come here to win after you have a first round like that? And it was a decent first round until the knockdown. But once you've tasted the power, you have to ask yourself, do I want to go back into the lion's den again and possibly get caught again?
Yeah, to your point, there was enough activity from Dynas in that first round. He threw 36 punches to Beterbiev's 27. Beterbiev only landed 2 power shots, but one of them scores the knockdown.
See, but those punches got to be selective like he's doing now, out at distance. They can't be close, and he can't get in a firefight with the heavier-handed Beterbiev.
Steady work with the jab from the champion.
You can always sort of tell if a fighter is hesitant or not based on how they throw their punches. Some fighters throw punches and try to duck at the same time. They're trying to throw a punch and get out of the way, and that's not what Dynas is doing. When he throws his offense, he's committing.
What I like from Dynas is he's throwing 1 or 2 punches at a time. When he throws his combinations, that's when things get scary for me. You know, he needs to just stay under control and take small bites at Beterbiev.
When he fought against Fanlong Meng in the title eliminator, that was back in June in 2019 in Macau in China, lost the 12-round unanimous decision. But he was able to land a very solid, heavy-handed right hand and scored a knockdown in that fight.
It's a good counter right there from Dynas.
See, the problem is that a lot of opponents, they find it easy to be able to hit the coming forward Beterbiev. So they get a little bit greedy with their combinations. You can't do that because he will punch with you. And when he does, he's going to hurt you. So get your points and get out.
Straight left got Beterbiev's attention.
Sure did. He opened up and Dynas filled that hole with the straight left hand. His best work that he's had early on here. Dynas trying to give the angle to the right. Another counter opportunity, but Beterbiev always closing that gap, able to block that uppercut. Left hook on the inside. Short right trying to split the guard. We're going to take a quick break here at the end of 2 from Moscow. Joe, Tim, and Dre with you. Glad you're with us. Calling the action taking place in Moscow, Russia at the Megasport Arena. World Championship fight here. Artur Beterbiev, his 4th defense of his light heavyweight championship. Considering that Adam Dinas went down in the final 10 seconds of round 1, he had a pretty good bounce back second round. In that second round, Dinas was able to land 6 of 33 power punches in that second round, 7 of 47 overall.
Good subtle movement right there from Dinas along the ropes.
Yeah, but Dinas better stay off the ropes. Become a sitting duck for a big puncher. Beterbiev. One thing Dinas is doing is he's moving to his own left. He's moving into the area of the right hand of Beterbiev. He must be careful in keeping that phone up so he don't get hit with shots like that from Beterbiev. So all it takes is one.
Dinas is having some decent success without a right jab. He's leading with those straight lefts and those right hooks. If he could bring his jab first and then bring the combos, he would have more success.
Tim, we are really getting a great thud in listening to the audio of these punches from Beterbiev. There are times when he throws right hands where he could go through the opponent's glove and still do damage. Chopping left hand on the inside, nearly a throwaway, and it still gets the job done.
See Beterbiev starting to slowly pick up the pace now on Dinas.
Dinas is having success, but he just has to stay mentally tough right now. Beautiful shot right there and left hook. Straight
Right
left
hook.
hand and right hook.
Right hook, left hand combination from Dinas. He is willing to fire off.
That's what boxing is all about, fellas, at every level. You know, a fighter may have a reputation and the reputation may be fitting, but that doesn't mean that you as the opponent has to buy into it. You got to make him prove that he is who everybody says that he is.
Box.
So many top fighters had to deal with long layoffs because of the global pandemic. But in the case of Beterbiev, also a positive test for COVID in the course of the past year. Also a rib injury that he had to overcome. So here he is off the long layoff of 17 months back to action, getting set for round number 4, his title defense against Adam Dinas. So much on the line, of course, not just tonight, but what is proposed down the road in the light heavyweight division. Remember, Joe Smith Jr., who's been on an impressive tear, the power puncher from Long Island, will be facing Maxim Vlasov April 10th on ESPN for the WBO belt that Canelo vacated. Widely reported that if Smith wins that fight, Beterbiev gets through this title defense, they will put all 3 belts on the line and unify.
See, Beterbiev just doesn't throw caution to the wind. He's actually sets up his offense off that beautiful jab right there.
He's definitely an underrated thinker, fellas.
Look at that.
Punch variation, right hand to the body, uppercut. Precision.
Right hand to the body.
Doesn't waste any punches, and I'm talking about Beterbiev. He'll prod with a few punches to get in range to throw the big shot that he actually wants.
See those rope burns on the back of Dinas. Got to be careful to stay in that position too long against this kind of pile driving power, changing up levels as he sends the right hand to the body on the back end of that combination.
His fight's only gonna go a few more rounds, guys. This Dynus is withering away slowly.
1-2 from Beterbiev. Very heavy-handed and mauling when he gets going. Oh, good work doubling up the left hand. He went to the body and then split the guard with an uppercut. Excellent work by the champ. Beterbiev in control here. Final minute of round number 4.
Facing a puncher like Beterbiev is not just physically taxing, but it's mentally taxing. We don't always talk about that piece because you know you can't make a mistake at any point in time, and that can start to wear you down quick.
And then on top of that, you got to work at a higher rate when you're fighting against a puncher like him. You know, you got to not only focus, but you got to work harder physically as well.
Shows you the punch output. How much more significant he is in terms of output than Dynus in his previous fights. Could be an amazing showdown with Joe Smith if we get to that point. Remember, Smith's coming up April 10th. Dre, if we get a 168-pound undisputed champion with Canelo, an overwhelming favorite to do so, and you got a 3-belt Beterbiev, if not 4-belt Beterbiev, oh, what a mega matchup that would be.
It would be good, but like I said earlier, Joe, not to be pessimistic, but I also know better. I'm not gonna hold my breath for that. It's a dangerous, dangerous fight for Canelo, and I don't know if he's willing to take that kind of risk.
Round number 5 from Moscow, Russia. We are calling the action here in Los Angeles, so a 10-hour time difference, but glad you're with us for the live action in Russia to see the light heavyweight champ.
Even this scenario right here where both fighters are posing in front of each other, it's draining for Dynus because he's anticipating something happening. He's on high alert, and again, it's just physically and psychologically taxing. Meanwhile, I don't think Beterbiev has the same concerns that Dynus has about him.
No, not at all, but Dynus is landing some vicious punches like that left hand he just landed on Beterbiev's face.
Definitely dangerous with that left hand. Good feint from Dynus.
So Dynus right now, he keeps moving to his left. He's willing to battle the right hand of Beterbiev. That's dangerous. But I'm seeing him elude the punch every now and then and catching Beterbiev with his own counters.
Well-placed right hand to the body, goes there again.
That's also a good moment for Dynus to explode with that left hand and right hook because Beterbiev is right in front of him. Beterbiev is not minding his defense, and he's more focused on offense. So try to get a shot through if you're Dynus. Beterbiev is over his feet right there. And I know he's in the danger zone, but if Beterbiev is trying to hit you just like that, try to get a shot through.
And that's what Dynus does with the uppercut. Beterbiev always seemingly unaffected. Offense first, come forward, marching like a bulldozer, straight ahead, road grading kind of style. He's been down twice in his career, gets up, does the same thing time and time again. Dynus trying to get up the side door, back to the center of the ring, fires off a 1-2. Southpaw jab off the hip, and then you get the same thing out of Beterbiev. Coming forward, right uppercut, getting him straight into the corner.
But all that try to catch Beterbiev in between his shot stuff, it's always easier said than done, Joe.
Still a lot of risk involved.
Good shot from Dynus.
Good response after that squared up right hand as well. Our man was smothering things for a long time before he decided to go off into retirement. Opened up the belt that Beterbiev then eventually won. And then Alexander Dvořák became a world champion. Beterbiev took care of him with a TKO 10 back in October 2019. Total punches, 73-38 advantage for the champ.
That straight left and overhand left is still available for Dynus.
you can just see the levels of experience. And every now and then you see Dynus lands something significant on Beterbiev. But I'm going to tell you right now, Beterbiev is taking his time. He needs the rounds.
Right hand scored well from Beterbiev.
He's not forcing the knockout test. He's not forcing the knockout. He's just buying his time, wearing down Dynus, and eventually he'll get the stoppage.
Not a bad thing to have after a career-long layoff.
Just going to say that does not hurt for Beterbiev to get rounds right now.
Splits the guard, then wraps around the left hook. Lunging right hand from the champ. Lead right from distance. Now he picks up the pace with a little thud, doesn't he, Dre?
Yeah, Dynus thought he was safe from that range, and he found out very quickly that he wasn't. I don't think Dynus has the energy to throw the combinations he was throwing early in the fight. He's down to just landing one big shot at the moment.
Well, he's been beat on for the course of 6 rounds so far. Heavy shots, you know that takes a lot out of you.
To the head and to the body.
Oh, it was a short left hand when he tried to open up that came in from Beterbiev. Even the shots that are being blocked are doing damage. Look at this attack from the champ.
Dynus is still fighting back, though.
He is game. Born in Siberia, moved to Germany. Tough guy. Coming to Moscow to take on this challenge as well.
Well, you say to yourself, if you're the trainer, you say, does my guy have a chance to win this fight? And I have to say, no, I don't think he has a chance. You see him slowly withering away. He's taking some big shots from Beterbiev. Do you stop the fight or you let it continue?
I think that's a bit premature right now. I think Dynus still has a puncher's chance. You mentioned how Beterbiev has been down before. He just landed a good shot right there. He's still got enough left in the tank to land a shot if Beterbiev gets careless.
Coming to the end of 6 from Moscow, Artur Beterbiev. Artur Beterbiev has a power connect edge of 78-43 as we begin round number 7 with the IBF, WBC, and lineal light heavyweight championship of the world on the line.
Very discouraging when you punch your opponent and he doesn't budge and he grazes a shot off your glove and you feel every bit of it.
Remember, it was a simple grazing shot off balance and an awkward angle that scored the knockdown in round 1. That happened in the closing seconds of round number 1. A right hand just grazing the top of the head scored a knockdown for Beterbiev.
You see how hard Dynus has to work just to get some offense. Then he has to take shots from Beterbiev like this.
And then he drops a right hand to the body as well.
But he occupied Dynus to the head first, and then he landed the straight right to the body, and that's why I say Beterbiev is a better thinker than we give him credit for.
In the first half of this fight, the body shot connect count was a 28-1 edge for Beterbiev.
These are not just haphazard body shots, these are placed body shots.
Well, when you have an extensive amateur career like Beterbiev, you expect that IQ to be high.
Like even that left hand where he just touches him, it looks like nothing. It's something.
But he's occupying Dynus with all the shots to the head because he really wants that shot right there.
And he drops the right hand to the body again. It's beautiful the way he'll just slip in the body work, Timmy.
Yes, it is. Very precise, very calculated.
Beterbiev's gift is his power and his physical strength, and he's not just rested on that. He's worked it. You see the exercises that he does in training camp. He's built his body up to be a weapon, and that's why you see these kind of results when he fights.
Look at the muscularity across the back and across the shoulders. You can't pack on more at 175 pounds. Combination included a right hand to the body as well, chopping left hand on the inside as they separate.
when you talk to Coach Mark Ramsey, he says I have to kick Beterbiev out of the gym, and I don't understand why. Good shot right there from Dinas.
Dinas every so often, he will still pull
that
the
left
trigger.
hand. Yeah, I was talking about Timmy.
That left hand, yep.
He will still pull the trigger, and he will find the target.
But I don't understand why most fighters wouldn't want to turn their body into a weapon. This is the fight game. This is the hurt business. So put yourself in the best position to try to win.
End of 7. Joe, Tim, and Trey with you calling the action that's taking place at the Megasport Arena in Moscow, Russia. Round number 8. Of course, typically Beterbiev, the brutality, the beatdowns of his opponents. His fights average 4.1 rounds per fight. Here we are in round number 8, his comeback fight after the 17-month absence.
Listen, guys, last round you guys were talking about guys getting in shape. Yes, Beterbiev has physical shape, but that doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I mean, you know, I've seen a lot of muscular guys that ran out of steam. You know, what comes with this is that you gotta have skill. You have to have skill to go along with that type of shape. And that's what Beterbiev has. He has a lot of skill to go along with it.
Remember, Dinas has never been stopped. The one loss is the 12-round decision loss to Maine.
The Beterbiev does have a lot of skill, but I'm not sure if you strip away his physical strength and punching power and keep the skill that he's the same fighter.
Yeah, but the muscles and all that, I don't want to confuse the fans and think that they gotta have muscles like
Well, that's why we
Beterbiev.
said functional. It translates in the ring.
Muscles don't mean you in shape.
Tim, you had muscles.
I know, but I used to.
Have you seen them now?
You had muscles in your head.
This is the thing. This is the thing, Trey. My dad said, I want your body so hard that he wants it. I want him to get tired of hitting you.
Exactly. Beterbiev is there to be hit. He's in range to be hit. I just don't think Dinas has the conditioning. I don't even think it's a fear factor. I think it's just conditioning. Right around that 4th round, those placed body shots, he tried right there, took a lot out of him, and he just can't keep up the pace.
Yeah, when you have a lack of punching power, you got to fight harder than the guy with the punching power, because you take shots like that, and it drains you even more.
That's a slip on the awkward part of the signage. Start around 9 from Russia. Let's check in with Mark Kriegel, get Mark's thoughts.
I don't mean to rain on the boogeyman's parade. It looks like it's inevitable here, but if Dinas could punch a little, Beterbiev could have been in trouble. I'm really curious what will ever happen with Joe Smith. I really want to see that now.
Joe Smith Jr., who's going to be fighting for the vacant WBO belt on ESPN against Maxim Vlasov on April 10th. Joe Smith Jr. can crack, flat out crack, and that's why everybody is looking forward to potentially having that fight a showdown of light heavyweight champs. And you know it would be fireworks. Timmy?
I'm in consensus with Mark Kriegel. You know, Dinas definitely landed some hard shots, but Joe Smith Jr. hits him with the straight right hand on that chin. I don't think it's going to be great for Beterbiev.
Body work and then brings it upstairs. Feels like here comes the wave crashing in to the shore.
I got a question. What if someone pushed back Beterbiev? how would he respond?
You know, it's funny you say that because I was just about to say a couple rounds ago, Dre, you always get the sense he never can be pushed back. He only has one direction he goes in, and you can't move him off of that line.
Well, there's a reason for that. You have to be willing to be in range to get hit by Beterbiev, and you have to be physically strong yourself to be able to push him back, and there's not a lot of light heavyweights that can do that.
Who sounds like that? In range, willing to engage, likes to push guys back? Joe Smith Jr.
Stylistically, it's a great matchup.
Fantastic matchup. I think it's going to boil down to whoever chin holds up.
And Smith looks like a different fighter in recent fights than the one who first had a title shot against Bivol.
Yes, he is.
Dynas is game, Dynas is willing. Beterbiev is stronger and better. Ooh, right or left hand over the top.
That's where Dynas needs to go, down to the body.
He hasn't throughout the whole night. Just did with 2 punches. Glad you're with us tonight, and then in a few weeks, World Championship from Dubai. Round number 10. Total punches, Beterbiev in command with a 146-71 advantage. Of those 146 total punches, 113 are power shots. He threw a fight-high 76 punches in round number 9.
I will say this about Beterbiev. Typically, elite fighters fight better when they're facing other elite fighters. This isn't the same Beterbiev we saw against Foster. This is the Beterbiev we're seeing after a 17-month layoff against Dynas. So I don't want to read too much into this performance, even though it's been a very steady workman-like performance coming off of the last 17-month layoff. But he's going to step his game up when he fights the likes of a Joe Smith. From a programming standpoint, you want a devastating knockout, of course. But if I'm in the corner of Beterbiev, I do not mind him getting these rounds because he's going to need it if he faces Joe Smith next.
Second knockdown scored, and it comes here in round 10. He doesn't look good. Oh, they're up on the apron. That's it. It's over. 10th round, TKO. Artur Beterbiev, 16-0, 16 knockouts. He bookends the night with knockdowns. First round, 10th round, over. In between, steady work, shaking off some of the rust of the layoff, and the power punches. That inexorable march forward, short left hand, and there goes Dynas. 125 power punches landed. The belts are back around Artur Beterbiev. Now 16-0 with 16 knockouts.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, along with world champion trainer and former Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year, Derek James. He's wearing the red, white, and blue, official weight, 174.6 pounds. En 25 combats, il a inscrit 24 victoires, 16 par KO. His professional record shows an impressive 24 victories, including 16 big wins by knockout in 25 contests. participant aux Jeux Olympiques 2012 à Londres, aspirant obligatoire WBC, champion WBA intérim 2019 des Milous. He is the current WBC #1 contender and former WBA interim light heavyweight champion from Park Hill, New York, USA, introducing Sir Marcus Brown. Son adversaire dans le coin rouge porte la culotte noire et pèse 175 livres, accompagné de son entraîneur Mark Ramsey. Across the ring, his opponent fights out of the red corner, accompanied by his multi-world champion trainer Mark Ramsey. He's wearing black. He tipped the scale at 175 pounds even. Il a une fiche parfaite de 16 victoires, les 16 par KO en 16 combats professionnels. His professional record stands at a perfect 16 victories, all of them coming by way of knockout in 16 contests. Champion du monde amateur 2009, l'actuel champion du monde des Milous du WBC et de la EBF. Mesdames et messieurs de Montréal, from Kasavyurt, Russia, now living and fighting out of Montreal, Canada, he is the reigning and defending WBC and IBF light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur Beterbiev. Once again, the referee Michael Griffin with the instructions.
All right, you men are both champions. You received my instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands. Protect yourselves at all times, men. Touch gloves now, you're boxing the bell. God bless you both.
Michael Griffin with the final instructions as we take a look at the tail of the tape. A slight height and reach advantage for the southpaw Marcus Brown, and indeed an experience advantage as well, but Beterbiev, the lineal light heavyweight champion, putting that title on the line here in our main event. Corey Erdman and Steve Molitor on the call for you here tonight. Artur Beterbiev in the black trunks, Marcus Brown, the southpaw, in the red, white, and blue.
Marcus Brown popping that jab early from the southpaw stance. He's going to let her. He wants to let Beterbiev know that he's going to keep that jab on, to try to keep him at bay, and not let Beterbiev get any sort of confidence to keep applying pressure to him.
And I think that the conceit with Beterbiev in the early rounds is that he might lose some of them, but that doesn't mean that he's losing control of the fight. Because we have seen Beterbiev not give away rounds in the early going, but have a less than extraordinary punch output as he's just applying physical and mental pressure in the early going.
Exactly, Corey. He may lose the round on the scorecard, but he's winning it in the fight. He's breaking him down, he's walking his opponents down, applying pressure, landing body shots, landing head shots, landing arm shots. He's slowly breaking his opponent down the way he likes to do.
Let him go. Listen to my break.
Marcus Brown has said that Derek James hasn't changed a whole lot when it comes to his approach, but I feel like they have tidied some things up. There's a good body shot from Brown a moment ago.
Well, going into the biggest fight of his life, I don't think he'd want to make too many changes, Corey. I think a few fine touches wouldn't help, wouldn't hurt, but I don't think he'd want to make too many changes, so hopefully that's the case here tonight for Marcus Brown.
Shot down the middle there from Marcus Brown. And one of the mistakes that Brown has made in the past, and he would admit it, and I'm sure everyone can see it, is that he likes to throw to the body, but sometimes when he pulls out, he pulls straight back. And those are the 3 times that Jean Pascal caught him, and it's the same shot that he's been caught with in previous fights as well. gets plugged with some rough stuff along the ropes.
And being a southpaw versus an orthodox, it's the last thing you want to do is pull back straight, and then line for the right hand. And that's what happened in his previous fights. And he does not want to do that against a big puncher like Beterbiev here tonight. But so far, he's slipped out of those hooks nice. He's been not staying straight in line in front of Beterbiev.
Marcus Brown, or a supporter of Marcus Brown, this is how you would like this fight to look.
Absolutely. Marcus Brown is boxing brutally from the outside, but it's still very, very early. We know Beterbiev doesn't get off to crazy fast starts, and he slowly likes to just stalk his opponent, break him down, and he made nothing to do for the first round for Artur Beterbiev. So they've clearly done their homework, as you would assume for a unification world title fight.
Round 2 begins of our main event here. Looking for another body shot, then rifling about 9 of them in the clinch. Brown has always been a good body puncher, and you know, we often think of fighters who are described as capital B boxers, guys like Marcus Brown, that they must necessarily be counterpunchers, and I've always felt that Brown isn't necessarily a counterpuncher. I've felt that when he's at his best, he's moving, but he's also dictating when the exchanges start. When Brown is at his best, I feel like he's getting off first.
Absolutely. Just because the guy's walking you forward doesn't mean they're being the more aggressive, because when somebody throws and misses and you hit him with a 3 or 4 piece, that's still aggression. Nice jab from Marcus Brown.
Not a lot of jabs from Beterbiev so far. Perhaps just been nullified here, as is often the case with orthodox fighters against southpaws. Of course, it's not impossible to outjab a southpaw, but Marcus Brown, pretty tricky guy to get your range on.
Tricky guy, fast feet, fast hands. Beautiful drop by Marcus Brown to get out of that corner.
Ducks under a right hand of Beterbiev, comes back with a left hand of his own. The quieter this fight is, the better it is for Marcus Brown.
Absolutely, especially with the crowd that's going to be behind Beterbiev in his first defense in front of his hometown crowd. You know they're going to go wild when he starts landing some good clean shots.
Time to free. Break! Don't push it, don't push it.
Brown trying to get his respect there on the inside. Shoe shine body work, now back to his jab.
Very good, very good up there. Garbus, Garbus.
Final 10 seconds of round 2. Not a lot happening, but Marcus Brown, the busier fighter, certainly landed more shots here in the second round, and you'd have to think that's 2 rounds in the bank for the challenger.
Wait for the bell, man. Wait for the bell. Box.
Round 3 underway, and this isn't unusual territory for Artur Beterbiev, as we've referenced. And although he dropped Adam Dinas in the opening round, he didn't look great in the early going against Dinas. He looked a little sluggish. He didn't look great in the early going against Enrico Koelling either. But Beterbiev typically, not typically, has always found his opening 100% of the time, as is evidenced by his record.
You can't do that every time.
But there are some who feel like Beterbiev has started to slip a little bit, like he might be on the back 9 of his career. And it's those people who think that Marcus Brown has a very real shot in this fight, and Brown is proving those people right. in the early going. Shot there from Beterbiev. A couple signs of life from the champion here in the third round.
Get off his foot. You too, Marcus.
Brown, of course, a part of that 2012 U.S. Olympic team that is just absolutely stacked. 6 fighters from that team have won world titles. Jojo Diaz, Rashi Warren, Jose Ramirez, Errol Spence Jr., his stablemate, Claressa Shields, and his other stablemate, Jamel Herring. Ramirez, Spence, and Shields have won unified titles. Every single fighter from that team, except for Queen Underwood, has at least fought for a world title as a professional now that Marcus Brown has stepped in the ring here tonight. Just a terrific team was that 2012 squad.
That's a stacked Olympic boxing team.
Good shot there from Beterbiev. That's where Brown has to be careful.
There's a good right hand and then followed up by another good left hook by Beterbiev.
Back up, back up, back up. Box.
In terms of numbers, Brown did the better work there. He had a good combination to the body, but it's exactly those sequences where he's found himself in trouble in the past.
He doesn't want to be leaning against some ropes against a guy like Beterbiev.
Beterbiev now starting to open up.
Beautiful right hand down there. But Brown throwing some heavy shots too and caught in the backfire there.
Brown earning his respect.
Fighter advising their man Beterbiev to forget the head and go to the body this round. We'll see if Beterbiev listens to his cornerman.
And more specifically, Scully just said, hey, remember how you didn't want to hit guys to the body, your sparring partners?
Because they're going home.
They're going home? Send this guy home.
Break, stop. No punches, no punches.
Right hand sneaks through there from Beterbiev.
Get off his foot, man.
Couple quick punches by Marcus Brown up the middle there.
But to your point, Steve, Brown finding himself, oh, that is a nasty gash right in the middle of the forehead of Beterbiev, and he is leaking all over the place.
We got unintentional clash of heads. Yeah, but me. It doesn't matter. It's unintentional. Both cut.
And Brown
both men are cut.
Sporting a
it's
cut
unintentional clash of heads.
over his right eye as well.
But let me tell you something, you get a head cut there, Corey. The head bleeds so much more. It's just, look at it just squirt out of Beterbiev's head. But Brown, with a cut over his eye, is not going to have an easier night.
That cut is pouring blood from the forehead of Beterbiev. Let's see if we can catch this clash of heads.
There it was, he was slipping over to the left.
Let him go.
Well, we are back to action.
Both corners going to have their work cut out from him in between rounds, Corey.
Russ Anber not in the corner of Artur Beterbiev here tonight, unfortunately, tested positive for COVID. We send our best wishes
to Russ.
As things getting a little messy here on the inside.
Both men may be sensing a little desperation with those cuts.
No punches.
And to Marcus Brown's credit, he's not letting Beterbiev bully him. He's definitely firing back when things are getting messy on the inside.
If he has any dreams of winning this fight, he cannot let Artur Beterbiev bully him around and box, bang him around.
Brown looked like he might have been stuck on the ropes trying to spin out. Beterbiev's corner telling him when Brown goes to the ropes, just bang him to the body. Beterbiev just wearing a crimson mask right now in the final minute of round 4. And Marcus Brown doesn't look all that much better. Hard body shot from Beterbiev as he goes back downstairs with the left hand.
You can just hear the power of Beterbiev when he throws those shots, when they land on the arms or body. You can just hear the noise they make and how strong he is.
Marcus Brown throwing hard shots to the body in response as well. You have to hand it to him. He is trying to stand up to Beterbiev in his kind of fight. We mentioned that the first 2 rounds looked the way that you would want them to if you're supporting Marcus Brown. Well, these are the rounds that look like the kind of fight that Artur Beterbiev wants.
Listen to me. You first. I'd like to see the doctor.
The doctor's going to take a look at both fighters here.
Both guys. He's cut. I want you to just look at the cut and tell me he's okay to continue. Okay, that's good. Thanks very much, Martin. Go right there. Over in the other corner. We're gonna run around. You can't do. One more round. Okay. Oh, you can't touch it. Wait in that corner. Wait in that corner.
Wow, you heard it. There's the possibility that Beterbiev is only being given 1 more round. But of course, it's a clash of heads.
Accidental headbutt, so Corey, I'm not sure the exact rules. Do they go to the scorecards?
Go to the scorecards, yeah. But
well, Brown had a couple good early rounds, but we'll see if there's any desperation from either man.
Well, and we've also heard that from ringside physicians many times, too. One more round turns into one more round each and every round.
No punches. Don't push his head down.
But he's losing a lot of blood in there, Corey.
Left hand down the middle from Marcus Brown. Beterbiev is pouring blood.
Off his foot, man. Arthur, get off his foot.
Michael Griffin warning Beterbiev, don't step on Marcus Brown's foot. As Beterbiev getting other instructions from his corner, which are to go to the body. Good upper body movement there from Marcus Brown, making that a little bit difficult.
This is better work from Beterbiev. This is where he wants to be. He wants to keep his guy trapped in the ropes, not let Marcus Brown swing around and move off the ropes and throw those counter shots.
Off his foot. I want to take a point. He's stepping on his foot.
A beautiful jab by Beterbiev.
Referee Michael Griffin warning Beterbiev that he's going to take a point if he keeps stepping on his foot. He feels that it's intentional.
I don't know if that's, I'll be honest, I've been in boxing my whole life. I've never heard of that because I've been in southpaw and I've accidentally or unpurposely stepped on the foot of an orthodox fighter. And I've never been threatened to get a point taken away. A good little short left hand underneath for Marcus Brown.
Marcus, you can't Marcus. You want to use a little point on that break, man. You got to stop punching.
That's good work from Beterbiev. 3 and 4. Oh, a good right hand by Beterbiev.
20 seconds left to go in the round as Beterbiev finding some
good
openings.
right hands.
Brown trying to counter off the ropes, but Beterbiev just overwhelming him right now. And Brown just covering up as the seconds tick away. Will they give Beterbiev another round?
It's going to be kind of hard to stop when the guy finishes round with throwing that many punches, Corey.
corner. The reason why you missing it is because you're not stepping to him with the punches. He's not going to be hit.
At the end of the minute, I'll let you look at his head again.
Portion of time, but you need to step on the good defense. Exactly like you do. Okay? You continue to put pressure, but you take good defense. It's a question of time now.
That is a very, very deep cut.
Come on, champion.
In the center of Artur Beterbiev's
Second down, let's go. Second down,
with some good hard shots, with a good overhand right. And that's what started the barrage for Beterbiev at the end of that round.
And look at that. The doctor's not consulted, so we fight on. Round 6 underway. Definitely the best round, the most conclusive round of the fight for Artur Beterbiev.
Absolutely. Like we said earlier, sometimes it takes a little bit to get going. And now he's almost in full throttle here. By the end of that last round, I think getting Marcus Brown a little shook with those overhand rights.
Right, no punches, no punches. Let's go, step back. Watch your heads, guys.
Good left hook from Beterbiev. Freezes Brown along the ropes, who again is in exactly the territory that Beterbiev wants.
That's where Beterbiev wants his fight to be. He'll be most effective in there when Marcus Brown's trapped in the corner. Marcus Brown was successful earlier. He was getting all the way around that ring. I feel when he's backing himself in that corner, he can't go anywhere, and that is an easy night for Beterbiev when he has his opponent stuck in the corner like that.
That right hand from Beterbiev just missed. Might have grazed the top of the head of Marcus Brown. But to your point, Steve, where Brown was a second ago in the center of the ring, that's when he was having his best moments. But when he's trying to counter off the ropes, he's almost banking on the ability to make Beterbiev miss 70% of the time and hurt him with his counters, which is a difficult game plan to enact.
The blood just flowing from Beterbiev's forehead though.
Final minute of round 6.
Oh, and a beautiful 1-2 by Beterbiev.
He's behind it with a good left hook, and there's that right hand that he just wraps around the guard of Marcus Brown. You saw that shot a moment ago, that kind of hybrid scoop uppercut. That's the shot that Beterbiev's camp calls the Campillo. It's the shot that he knocked Gabriel Campillo out with, and when you hear them call that out, that is what they're asking Beterbiev to throw. Beterbiev leaps in with a jab, comes behind it with a right hand, and Brown barely stays on his feet as this round comes to a close.
For the past few rounds, I really feel like the output of Marcus Brown has really dropped. I don't know if it's from the cut or the constant pressure from Beterbiev, but his output has definitely dropped over the past couple of rounds.
Every time you have your best moment because you mix, every time you mix body head, you hurt him at every time. Okay? You need to continue like this. Big defense, pressure, and mix. Head body, head body, head body. It's simple. It's not a sophisticated fight, Artur. Come on.
That's a good left hook landed by Beterbiev. The majority, if not all, the good shots that have been landed by Beterbiev has been when Marcus Brown is stuck in the corner or stuck on the ropes. That's the worst place for him to be.
Get that body! Get that body! Body head, body head, body head. Come on.
See the expert work of Beterbiev's corner too. Right as the bell ends at the end of the round, they run out with the towel and cover up his face. Make sure that this fight can continue. Round 7 begins here in our main event. The lineal light heavyweight Championship on the line. The champion, Artur Beterbiev,
Get your head out of there. Get your head out of there.
fighting a nasty cut. And fighting a game challenger in Marcus Brown, who has a cut of his own, but not nearly as grotesque as Artur Beterbiev, who, well, at times he's looking like Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. He is bleeding quite a bit in there. We've seen that power jab from Beterbiev a couple times over the last 2 rounds as well. Beterbiev was very hesitant to let that jab go in the opening 2 rounds, but he has found it over the last 6 minutes.
I feel that now that Marcus Brown has slowed down a little bit, I feel that he has a little more confidence to throw that power jab and really push Marcus Brown in the corner. So he can unload like he's doing here.
Beterbiev is a tough man to contend with when he feels that he has you hurt. Good shot to the body.
Beautiful left hook to the body.
And a right hand right behind it, and Marcus Brown will take a knee.
Still lots of time left in this round, Corey.
You all right? Lift up your hands, show me you're all right. Box.
One minute and change is an eternity for the only world champion in boxing with a 100% knockout ratio. Let's see if Marcus Brown can hang on.
And Corey, to point some note, as I talked, as we mentioned earlier, Beterbiev isn't just an aggressive, tough fighter. He's skilled and smart. You see him make those small side steps to the right of Marcus Brown to take away the left hand when he has Marcus Brown on the ropes and dig those shots to the body. He's a very, very smart fighter, just like he did right there, and scoops that right hook, or that specialty shot into the gloves
Let him go,
of
Marcus. Let him go. Step back, Marcus. Let him go.
Still trying to recover. Beterbiev, you see Brown just stationary. Beterbiev's able to turn him. He's able to get different angles. 10 seconds remaining here in round 7.
Even with the blood flowing, you got to give so much credit to the champion, Artur Beterbiev. He's creating these angles. He's using Marcus Brown's body to push him and sidestep him. Very entertaining round. Blood is flowing. Even more so for the champion, Artur.
You hurt him because you mix again, and after you hurt him, you stop doing this. You need to continue like that, okay?
You see how I mentioned earlier, how he takes him with that left hook, followed by the straight right hand down the middle. That's a disadvantage. But look at the angles he's taking.
Come on, Champion.
I mentioned earlier how Brown can be susceptible when he goes to the body, getting countered on the head. What Beterbiev's corner has been telling him all fight long is that if you open up, you can open up around upstairs, and that's exactly what we saw in that knockdown.
Absolutely, and he's been doing it for a couple rounds, mixing up body and head. That was a beautiful left hook to the body, which brought the hands down.
Right, no punches, no punches. Watch your head, Marcus. Get your head out of there.
Beterbiev to land that straight right hand that put him to the canvas.
Center of the ring now. I think he's realized that there is no way for him to win this fight standing along the ropes.
Well, I don't think it's going to do him any favors to stand there and trade with Beterbiev in the center of the ring either. The best thing for him, like he did earlier, when he was moving, boxing, jabbing, standing in front of a guy like Artur Beterbiev is not a good idea, and it's showing here tonight.
And at this point, though, it may not be about what Marcus Brown should be doing. What is he able to do right now when you're hurt, when you're tired, when you've had a physically strong and imposing fighter like Beterbiev all over you all night? Are you capable of moving around on the back foot? Or is this just what Marcus Brown has left?
Well, if you want to be a world champion, you better be capable, but I think that this is possibly what he has left. He's had eaten a lot of big shots, and like I said earlier, Corey, just the constant pressure and the threat of Beterbiev is enough to drain him.
Of Beterbiev. Again, this is an amateur heavyweight. This is a guy who was boxing Alexander Usyk in the Olympics. This is a guy who, yeah, he makes 175, and he's not tall, so we don't think of him as a big light heavyweight, but he is a lot to deal with physically.
Absolutely. Again, 16-0 with 16 knockouts. You know he's got some strength and some power.
Come on, left hand down the middle from the challenger.
Another good right hand from Beterbiev. Corey, when both men land shots, you gotta see it yourself. It just seems like Beterbiev just has so much more power and so much more strength behind his punches than Marcus Brown does.
That said, you do have to hand it to Marcus Brown, who spent a lot more time in the center of the ring and trying to move here in round 8.
Absolutely, he did. He did a better job of staying in the center of the ring, but he just still, I felt like he stood there face to face with Beterbiev. That's still not a good idea. You want to box, move, Pernell Whitaker style, Floyd Mayweather style, box and try to pop shot from the outside. But to stand face to face with a warrior like Beterbiev, it's not going to be a good idea.
Mix. Come on, champion.
Not bigger. There's a straight right hand underneath from Beterbiev.
Come on, champion.
This ring here at the Bell Center,
Get
the shirt of Michael Griffin is just covered in blood.
God, the apron's red, partially, mostly.
You know that photo that goes viral every once in a while of that fight from the...
Tony Weeks?
Well, that one, but the one from Vancouver from the early 1900s of the boxer was covered in blood and the referee.
Oh yeah, hold
It's
on.
starting to look like that one. Round 9 begins. And again, to Marcus Brown's credit, he's hurt, but he's trying to make adjustments. But now he might really be hurt with Beterbiev all over him. And down he goes after a hard left uppercut.
4, 5, 6.
How much more can Marcus Brown take?
8, 9, 10.
You know, Corey, I'd love to see the replay. I don't know if it was a left hook uppercut to the body. 17-0, 17 knockouts. 2/4 of the light heavyweight division held by that man, Artur Beterbiev.
He got it.
Let's see if we can see it here. Was it a body shot or the head shot that got him?
Is the official
left hook to the body.
It was a body shot,
right
delayed
under.
reaction.
Okay.
The liver shot did it.
Not an easy one to referee, goddammit.
There's a happy man with a world of options ahead of him as he moves forward to 2022, Corey. Obviously, the Canelo fight is something that him and his team would want.
Possibilities for Beterbiev are certainly out there, and his has been a career, as we've talked about, that's been marked with injuries, with starts and stops, injuries, illnesses, cancellations. We would have liked to have seen more of Beterbiev to this point in his career than we have. We we hope that at 36 years of age, there are still more defining fights for him yet to come. For Marcus Brown, disappointment, albeit against the best light heavyweight in the world. Still, I think you would have to say that the drastic flaws that we saw in Marcus Brown, they were improved upon in this fight. That said, let's make this one official. Let's send it down to our ring announcer, Christian Coach.
17-17 et toujours champion du monde WBC et IBF des Milous. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest by knockout at 46 seconds of round number 9, 17 for 17, and still WBC and IBF light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur Beterbiev.
Introducing first, out of the blue corner, presented in association with Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing. He weighed in at 174.6 pounds, wearing black trunks with gold trim. His record, 28 victories, 3 defeats, 22 victories, coming by way of knockout. Making his second world title defense, he is the reigning, defending WBO light heavyweight champion of the world from Long Island, New York. He is the common man, the beast from the East, Joe Smith Jr. Introducing out of the red corner, he weighed in at 175 pounds, wearing solid black trunks. His record, perfect, 17 fights, 17 victories, all 17 victories coming by way of knockout. He is a 2-time Olympian, making his 6th world title defense. He is the reigning and defending WBC and IBF light heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Artur Beterbiev.
Harvey Dock is our referee. 18 years of pro ref. He's refereed 2 Joe Smith fights before. He's never reffed a Beterbiev fight.
Okay, boxers, you received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
Puncher versus puncher. That is the most anticipated stylistic matchup this sport can produce. Peaked and prime world champs. They demand this kind of challenge. And folks, the respect that Beterbiev and Smith have shown each other, it's planted in knowing a certain danger, a certain truth that the rival possesses. A fight that can forever change a man, and isn't that why we watch? So enjoy it. Here we go, Beterbiev and Smith, round number 1. Joe Tessitore, Andre Ward, Tim Bradley on the call with you. And Dre, in tracking Beterbiev over the course of his recent world title fights, there is a growing trend. His early work rate is slow. Beterbiev's more like a steam engine, gets chugging uphill after the first few rounds. He averages only 29.5 punches thrown the first 2 rounds.
He's going to have to be better tonight. And Joe Smith is doing the right thing by pressing the issue in a smart way, not recklessly, but keeping the jab in Beterbiev's face, trying to pile up points, trying to set the tone, and trying to get a shot through. You see Beterbiev moving more and more active than he typically likes to be.
Tell you right now, watch the right hand of Beterbiev. He's going to want to take away, there it is, right over the top. He's going to want to take away the jab of Joe Smith Jr. He's going to chop it away, cut it away by landing right hands over the top.
Joe Smith is right in front of Beterbiev, which is fine to a point, but he cannot go to sleep being in front of a man that possesses the power that Beterbiev possesses.
Smith tried to come around that wide guard, and he does so again with the right hand as they tie up on the inside. Keep in mind also, not just the work rate of Beterbiev early, but he has been knocked down 2 times in his career. Both of those instances, it came within the first 2 rounds.
And Joe Smith has never been down, amateur or pro.
There's a right hand from Beterbiev. And now the exchange on the inside before Smith leverages against the ropes, and they're cleared out by Harvey Dock. Right hand from Beterbiev gets around the guard.
It's a heavy, heavy shot. It's a clubbing shot.
Oh, off balance, that's a slip. It was a clubbing shot by Beterbiev for sure. You can hear the thud. Even, Dre, and we've brought this up before, Timmy, even when Beterbiev makes contact with the high guard, he can punch through the defense of his opponents,
yes,
right through third glove.
You know, power punchers, they just don't punch at the target. They punch through the target.
Body shot from Beterbiev.
Even a punch that hits your arms or your gloves, if it doesn't hit you, it can still intimidate you, and that's something that Beterbiev has over every opponent.
And when you get hit by a power puncher, it zaps your energy, especially when you get hit flush in the body by a power puncher.
Gets around that guard again with a well-placed, accurate right hand, then doubles up the jab. Smith coming forward behind the jab here, closing seconds. Oh, off balance and scores the knockdown, does Beterbiev. He caught Smith coming in.
7, 8. You all right?
Class is in session, people.
Big round for Beterbiev. We're going to take a very short break, come back and show you the knockdown. Don't go anywhere.
Back up, back up.
Back to action here, round number 2. Let's get you the knockdown scored in round 1 late. First time Smith has been down in his career, Timmy.
There it is, film doesn't lie. There you go, boxing gym's overhand right over the top of the jab of Smith. Smith has a tendency of throwing the jab from the wrong position or wrong distance at mid-range.
Look at this on the inside here in round 2. Big exchange on he gets him again! Another clubbing shot from Artur Beterbiev.
7, 8. You all right?
Smith is in trouble. Beterbiev with over 2 minutes to work with here. Patiently now going after it. 17 for 17. So destructive, so heavy-handed. Road grading opponents, another right hand gets around the guard. Uppercut tries to sneak in. There's a hook, there's an uppercut. Beterbiev's on the attack. Joe Smith is crumbling again into the ropes. He is in serious trouble here.
7, 8. Joe, walk to me. Good, walk over here, Joe.
The destructive, demolishing, human wrecking ball of Artur Beterbiev, still with a minute and a half to go after it. Right uppercut. Smith trying to stay right in front of him. Jab comes in for Beterbiev.
Stop. Don't hit him behind the head.
3 knockdowns scored in less than 2 rounds. Still over a minute left for Smith to try to survive. Beterbiev back to the double jab.
He has out the window. He's a sitting duck to get knocked out.
Sweeping overhand rights, a left to the body, and now he has to tie up. A primed and ready world champion is being torn down here in round 2. Another right hand. Uppercut. Big uppercut. He is stumbling, and this is over. Artur Beterbiev has done it in destructive fashion. Paint on any of the labels you want for Artur Beterbiev. Most destructive, most heavy-handed. Whatever you want to say, he fits it when you're putting it in that bucket. As you can see, Joe Smith Jr. is responsive to the medical staff. It has been an amazing career, an amazing ride as Beterbiev. There's been so much respect shown. These two disciplined, very likable guys. Beterbiev, who grew up in Chechnya, one of 5 brothers. His father died in a car accident when he was only 15. He left home at 16, went on to 2 Olympics, moved to Montreal with his family over a decade ago, became a Canadian citizen, a devout Muslim, dedicates himself to his craft, to his family, to his children. Every morning gets up and just trains as hard as he can. And he is the only active world champion in all the sport with a 100% knockout rate. He's now 18 for 18. Timmy and Dre, have at it.
Technique is the most important thing in boxing. That's what Beterbiev has. Yes, he's a punching machine. He's heavy-handed. But look at the timing right there. Joe Smith Jr. from the wrong position, throwing the right hand, dropping the lead hand as he's coming in. Same knockdown here, timed it perfectly, right on the temple, which took the legs of Joe Smith Jr.
We saw some IQ and some boxing ability from Beterbiev today. He had to set those punches up the right way so they could land as flush and as clean as they did to get the reaction that he got from Joe Smith. This fight tonight, Joe Smith got hit by the power, he panicked, and whatever game plan he had went out the window, and he accepted the fact that he was going to get knocked out. That's the kind of power that Artur Beterbiev has.
And here's the end of the fight right here. Beterbiev just taking his time, looking for the right kill shot. You see he follows the head, lift him up with uppercuts right up the middle. The referee steps in and said, I've seen enough of this one-sided beatdown.
And Artur Beterbiev is now about to hear it official that he has his 3rd belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden, this bout comes to a conclusion at 2 minutes, 19 seconds of round number 2. For your winner by technical knockout, and now the WBC, IBF, WBO light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur Beterbiev!
Remember, he said this is just a business trip. No emotion. Come down here on a mission. Seek, destroy, conquer. He did. We're going to take a short break. Come back and hear from the 3-belt world champion.
Introducing to you first the challenger, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing white with black and gold and weighed in at 12 stone, 6 pounds. Hailing from Ilford, London, England, he has a professional record of 23 wins, 2 defeats, with 22 of his 23 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the hard-hitting WBO mandatory world title challenger, Anthony the Beast from the East, And his opponent across the ring in this main event, he is the defending world champion, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing black with white and weighed in the same as his opponent, 12 stone, 6 pounds. Coming to us from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, by way of Russia, he was a 2012 Olympian, and now he brings an undefeated professional record of 18 wins. All 18 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning and defending WBO, WBC, and IBF Unified Light Heavyweight Champion of the World, Artur Beterbiev!
boys, of a cold break, you stop punching, you take a step back. Don't deliberately throw punches on the back of the head, and protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves.
I hope you're as excited as the fans are in the Oval Arena, because this fight is going to be fun. It's going to be explosive as long as it lasts, and either guy has the power to put the lights out of his opponents. The line, according to Joe Fortenbaum at Caesars, has not changed. Minus 900, plus 600 Yard. The difference here, 18-1 odds for Yard to win on points, 5-1 odds for Beterbiev to win on points. But the knockout is what everybody is expecting this evening. Bernardo Osuna alongside Hall of Famers Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley.
See the movement already from Yard. That's what he's going to have to do. Keep changing his position. Can't sit no longer than 2 seconds at a time.
That's too much movement. It's too jittery this early in the fight. It's too jittery. And that is the anticipation of all the power and the strength that you've heard from Beterbiev. Yard needs to respect Beterbiev on defense, but he's got to settle down. I know it's early, but he's got to start to settle down.
Especially when you're a power puncher and Yard depends on his feet being planted in order to generate that power.
I like it. I like it. I like it because it's going to confuse and occupy Beterbiev. You know, I like that little jittery movement with the hand feints and hand gestures. It's going to slow him down. It's going. He thinks that Yard is going to counter. Boom! There it is. And the more space he keeps away from Beterbiev, the more opportunities he's going to have. He's going to be able to land clean shots because Beterbiev, he runs through red lights quite often, trying to land his power.
That's why he was dropped by Callum Johnson and Jeff Page early in their fights. That's the best chance that Yard has, is to try to catch Artur Beterbiev early, but there's a risk with that.
And there's going to be, Beterbiev's going to have trouble early unless he lands a big shot. He hurt speed of Yard because very fast twitch to foot and hand, and he's definitely got the up in that category. So Beterbiev has to adjust to the speed and quickness of Yard.
There's a nice right hand followed by a left hook from Yard that shook Artur Beterbiev, and you hear the crowd chanting for Anthony Yard. Left counter from Beterbiev, who is steady and sets up that 1-2.
And those early nerves from Yard is normal. It's normal. Good shot right there from Yard that got Beterbiev's attention.
But he got to be careful. He's throwing that hook with his head still on that line. That looping right hand is there for the taking for Beterbiev.
The quickness of Anthony Yard, probably his biggest asset against Beterbiev, who has an extensive amateur career, 18 knockouts in 18 victories, but it's the quickness and the movement that Yard has tonight that is setting him off.
Yeah, all that smoke and mirrors. That's what it is. That's what Yard is doing right now, smoke and mirrors. He act like he's going to do something, but he's not. But he's just buying time.
Body work from Beterbiev. Left hook there from Artur Beterbiev.
But he got to stay off the ropes.
Yes.
Too early for him to be on those ropes if he's going to win this fight.
Well, he proved that he could last the first round against Artur Beterbiev. Tunde Ajayi, a very different demeanor than what we saw in the first fight. None of this lions in the camp stuff. It was a lot more instructions given in that corner than probably saw in that whole Kovalev fight.
You live and you hopefully learn along the way.
Ooh, there's a missed hook right there. Right now, what you're seeing is Beterbiev now. He's trying to recalculate. I told you, he doesn't have the fastest hands or feet, but he depends on timing and positioning. So he's trying to line up Yard with that right hand.
The thing that Beterbiev does really well is he doesn't hit an opponent where the target is. He tries to anticipate where they're going to duck and where they're going to be.
38 years old. The question with Artur Beterbiev is, when will he fight his age? And he's got a long amateur career. The quickness here from Anthony Yard evident as he lands a nice double left hook. Now another left to the chin.
Right now, the speed of Yard is what's giving Beterbiev problems. The movement, the speed, the hand speed, the quickness. the jittery movement.
Beterbiev needs to pick up his jab. That's going to slow Yard down. That's going to keep Yard in place for that extra split second that Beterbiev needs to land a big shot.
Beterbiev, an impressive knockout artist. All of his fights have ended by knockout, but so is Anthony Yard as he gets flipped there with a nice right hand. And there's another right, and here comes the firefight that we knew was going to happen.
Now the fight started. It's the first big punch that was landed, and Yard right now is taking it well.
Nice looping right there from Anthony Yard.
That's where he needs to stay away from the ropes in the corner. You have no room to move. This isn't time for the Mayweather roll. It's time to be disciplined and stay out of the line of fire, especially early in this fight.
Oh, nice right uppercut from Anthony Yard.
Beterbiev's attention.
Beautiful placed uppercut right there.
And he does it again.
It's a dangerous shot, but he can get away with it because he's so quick.
14 of 22 of Yard's knockouts have been inside the first 3 rounds, so he tends to start strong, and that's exactly what he's doing here in round 2 against Artur Beterbiev.
Well, it just seems like when Beterbiev gets hit, he just get meaner. He gets tougher. Some guys, honest to God truth, when you hit them, that's when they open up. That's when they wake up.
That jab right there from Beterbiev probably felt like a right hand to Yard.
You know who used to be like that? Marco Antonio Barrera. The fight didn't start until you landed something good, and then it was on.
Antonio Diaz was the same way.
You can feel the tension in the air that one shot from either guy can put the other down and finish the fight. 2 rounds in the books here in this 3-bout fight. Artur Beterbiev, the champion.
This is beautiful work right here. Yard is going to have to stay off those ropes right there, but that was a nice counter off the ropes with the right hand. And exiting right there, that weak side, avoiding the right hand of Beterbiev. But that uppercut right there, that was a signature moment for me during this round. Right up the middle. I don't care where your hands are placed, the middle is always open. Anytime the hands release from your face, there's an opening right up the middle, and Yard taking advantage of that. Yard doing a good job on the inside and tying up and staying away from harm's way. But what he needs to do is keep his back up off those ropes. He needs to grab a hold of Beterbiev and force him back to the center of the ring or turn him into the ropes and work.
Physically, Beterbiev does not fight like a 38-year-old, but his skin marks up like that of a 38-year-old. And we've seen several headbutts already. He overcame a cut against Marcus Brown to get the win. And Anthony Yard here going to work quickly with the looping right hand.
All Yard has to do is keep his feet moving. He just has to keep walking along the ropes until he gets back to the center of the ring. That's how you keep your engine moving, you stay alert, and you stay out of harm's way.
Mouthpiece comes flying out there from Anthony Yard. We see his physique, Dre. He looks impressive. What does it do for a fighter in a fight?
It's tough because early in a fight, you'll feel that mass and that power, and that kind of physique can make you explosive, but it's only for short periods of time. That type of body will get tired on the other side of 6 rounds, especially if it's a high-paced fight.
We saw that against Sergey Kovalev, where he was in great shape, had him almost out in the 8th and 9th round, and then in round 11, he was stopped by a jab from the 35-year-old veteran. Nice body shot there with the right from Artur Beterbiev.
You're starting to see the technique already of Yard starting to break down. He's starting to get hit more and more. That stab jab down to the body is working for Beterbiev. If you can't hit the head, hit the body, and that's what he's doing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yard has given up a lot of energy, Tim, from the very outset, all on anticipation, anticipating Beterbiev landing that big shot, embracing for what it feels like. He's got to settle down. He still needs to be alert on defense, but he can't allow himself to be drained because it's a long fight up ahead.
That stab jab, just pay attention to it. It's going to open up the right hand over the top or the left hook. Just keep paying attention. The jab right down to the level-changing jab to the midsection.
One of the things that gets overlooked because he's such a ferocious puncher is the fact that Artur Beterbiev was a 2-time Olympian. He had over 300 amateur fights, and you know, we tend to forget that he has those movements. He's not quick, but he knows how to box.
Well, Beterbiev gets away with a lot too because nobody wants to open up to hit him. He's very hittable. He's been dropped. And you can see even in this fight, Yard's landed clean shots. But nobody wants to open up and take the risk of him countering and landing with a big shot in return. You got to have the gall to not show Beterbiev respect on offense, only show him respect on defense.
Look at this already. Beterbiev has already gotten Yard to stand still already. That's what power punchers do. They land heavy shots on you. They go down to the body and they slow your legs down.
It's a good counter move right there from Beterbiev. Just took a half step back and landed a 1-2 as Yard overreached with a left hook.
The face of Artur Beterbiev, though, the right hand of Anthony Yard doing some damage under the right eye, under the left eye of Artur Beterbiev.
Look, no disciplined jab from Yard. That's the problem. No disciplined jab. But where you're seeing the jab from, you're seeing it from Beterbiev.
Woo! From the southpaw stance there, good finish from Artur Beterbiev.
There's part reputation, and a lot of it is substance, and it's the style of Artur Beterbiev. He comes forward, he has a good enough defense to get out of the way a lot of times, and just to block and parry shots and then keep marching forward. He doesn't have a high energy style, and that bodes well for a guy who's late in his 30s.
Oh, there's a right hand that shook Anthony Yard. Here comes a left hook from Artur Beterbiev. He's starting to find a home for his shots. He's getting steady, and he's starting to find openings in Anthony Yard, who's more settled and getting clipped. The legs underneath him are now wobbly, and here comes Artur Beterbiev.
Told you, dominate mid-range. It's a wrap now.
There's a right hand from Artur Beterbiev. He just retired the Beast, Joe Smith Jr., and now the Beast from the East, Anthony Yard, is where he doesn't need to be, Dre, against the ropes.
He's against the ropes. You can't fight well even with your back against the ropes. If you're going to fight toe-to-toe with Artur Beterbiev, it needs to be right there in the center of the ring where you can get full maximum power and let your shots go. On the ropes, you're a sitting duck. Beterbiev knows it, and Yard knows it. But the fatigue has already set in. It set in the first 2 rounds. Part nerves, part physique, and it's not looking good for him right now. This fight isn't over, but Beterbiev is starting to warm up.
They're both looking to set up that overhand right, and both missed it simultaneously. But that is a shot that could create danger for either Yard or Artur Beterbiev.
I just continuously looking at that left hook, looking at that right arm, the right guard of Yard.
Look at Yard's mouth. It's wide open.
Yeah, it's wide open too. His mouth is wide open. But that left hook, it got into that last round, and it got in again in this round cleanly.
And Beterbiev is starting to find his range. He's found a range that's comfortable to fight in, where
nice counter.
Left hook there.
And he hurt him with that.
That buzzed Beterbiev a little bit.
Can he capitalize on this moment? And gets caught with the right hand coming in, and that's the danger. You want to play with fire, you want to exchange with Artur Beterbiev? Well, you better be ready to take some fire in return.
Both guys trading bombs.
We told you, as long as this lasts, it's going to be explosive and entertaining.
And Yard could do a lot better by just coming behind his jab. He's flicking it. He's got to throw a power jab every now and again, just like Beterbiev is. Come behind the jab, 2 jabs and a right hand. But what he's doing is he's leading with the right hand, falling over his feet and allowing Beterbiev to counter. That takes more energy than to be technically sound, throw your jab, and throw the right hand behind it. You can't lose your technique in moments like this. You got to actually rely on it.
This is regular speed for Artur Beterbiev. Yard looking a little bit slower here in the 4th round. But he's coming forward. He's trying to earn the respect of Artur Beterbiev, who says, how about you eat one of these uppercuts? And now the left eye of Anthony Yard starting to get inflamed as the bell ends here.
See Beterbiev with Yard against the ropes, and he doesn't have to look for him. He knows where he's at, and Yard can't escape. So Beterbiev throws short shots. That's not a short shot. But within that same combination, he threw a nice short right hand that traveled 2 or 3 inches. And Yard has no quit in him. He's fighting back even though he is fatigued. And at times, being outgunned, there's times where Yard is giving just as much as he's receiving. But he's paying for it. He's fatigued.
We talk about pressure and fatigue. And sometimes it's the pressure exerted on you by a fighter like Artur Beterbiev that causes fatigue.
It's two-pronged.
Yep.
It's mental and it's physical.
And fighting at home.
And now you get a guy who is known for fading in Anthony Yarde. Does he just go and give everything he has here? Or does he try to?
No, I think he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's taking some punishment. He's trying to regroup. Then you'll see him march back in and let his shots go. He's got to figure it out, because if you lose this fight, you don't know when you're getting another opportunity, and you will be written off. Right or wrong, that's how the game is. So he's got to find a way to get the job done tonight. Tonight is the opportunity with 3 belts on the line.
Second time that Anthony Yarde loses his mouthpiece, and referee Steve Gray with the warning here. But you think about the breather that he just got.
He's so tired, man. He's tired already. All that muscle mass.
A jab from Sergey Kovalev in the 11th round stopped him in his first world title opportunity. What is going to happen here in the second time against one of the most ferocious punchers in the game in Artur Beterbiev? Oh,
a jab.
Up jab.
Woo! Can't miss now. Technique is definitely faded by the wayside for Yarde. Now he's going to be hitting clip with clean shots. Right now he's seemingly taking it well. And he does have heart. Like Dre said, he will come back and he will try to contend against Beterbiev. But I don't know if that's a smart thing to do.
I don't know if some of those punches from Yarde are really bothering Beterbiev, or if he's just trying to regroup because he got hit with a punch. But every time Yarde lands a clean shot, you see Beterbiev kind of get on his bike and kind of reset and start moving
body
around.
work. Good body work right there.
Nice right to the body from Anthony Yarde. There's the jab from Artur Beterbiev. The chance from the fans trying to give their fighter, Anthony Yarde, a little bit of energy, that extra push, that advantage that fighting at home brings. Yarde protecting that body with that belt guard. There's a shot right to the belt line.
I think both fighters need to be hitting to that body a lot more. Both.
Oh, nice counter left from Anthony Yarde.
Both guys exchanging right there. Oh! Big right hand.
This is a fight, and it's a firefight, and anything can happen. And now it's Artur Beterbiev who is taking a step back, but he counters as Yarde tries to land a looping shot.
Now you see Beterbiev retreating, trying to use his legs.
You see an urgency in Yarde because he knows he cannot lose this fight.
Beterbiev with his hands down. Yarde with the looping left once again.
And Yarde is doing a better job this time than he did in the Kovalev fight. He's not shooting everything that he has. He's not punching himself out. He's landing a good shot. He's marching forward. He'll land another 2 good shots. He knows that he can't afford to punch himself out. But here comes Beterbiev.
Yes.
Beterbiev with thudding shots.
That's called experience. That's what you're seeing right now.
Nice right uppercut from Artur Beterbiev, and the bell is the only thing that can separate these two men as thing heats up here after 5 rounds.
Good ending right there. Beautiful right hand. Signature punch of the round, of that last round by Beterbiev, excuse me, by Yarde. What Beterbiev did was he was just buying himself some time. And he allowed Yarde to come on strong, use some up of his energy, and then he came back with his own offense at the end of the fight, or the end of this round.
Oh, we got a slight cut under the right eye of Anthony Yarde. So already the worse for wear after that explosive 5th round. There's a right hand from Artur Beterbiev. The instructions in the corner were go low. I want you to start low and then go high. And now the blood is streaming under the right eye of Anthony Yarde.
He's got to wipe it away. He's got to stay focused.
Let's see how Yarde reacts to being cut here. He's never been cut as a pro, so it's uncharted territory for him.
See Beterbiev just biding his time. He's watching, he's looking. He knows that Yard is bothered by the blood. And he's just looking to land one big shot, the right shot that he can't see.
Yep, he's letting him work. He's letting him work, and he's letting him use up some more of his gas, and then he'll eventually step on the gas and start attacking Yard.
Those are also moments where the 38-year-old Artur Beterbiev rests. He knows how to rest even while the action is taking place.
This is his 8th title fight. The other 7 ended by knockout. The last one in the 2nd round against Joe Smith Jr. Prior to that, in the 10th, 9th, and 9th round. He also has a knockout in the 12th round as a pro, so his power carries late.
This is great right here. Great offense from Yard.
That's the punch right there that Yard needs to throw. The jab to the stomach. You can stay on the outside. If you throw it right, you can stay protected, and you still win. You drain the opponent. You can't just look at him and throw a flicking jab out there against a guy like Beterbiev and expect him to respect you.
Is there a cut now under the left eye of Beterbiev? And there is now blood streaming from the eye of Artur Beterbiev. It looks like his cut is worse than Anthony Yard's just because of where it's at.
It's a cut for a cut. We got ourselves a fight. Both fighters have been buzzed. Both fighters have been hurt.
The experience, though, favors Beterbiev. He's been there against Marcus Brown with the brutal cut. He had 1 round left, and he came out and finished that fight.
I see a difference in Anthony Yard in his mentality. I don't see him with the bright lights look on his face. I see him taking good shots. I see him tired, but regrouping and still looking for ways to try to win this fight.
Trying to land that right uppercut is Anthony Yard. None of this lions in the camp stuff. This is a more serious, more mature Anthony Yard so far tonight.
Left hook right there. Short shot, but landed heavy. Power jab right there. It doesn't look like much, but with your opponent's back to the ropes, and then you pile drive a straight jab to his chin, another one right there. These seem like small shots, but they snap the head back. They dizzy your opponent. They start to weaken you, and they start to drain you. That's what heavy hands can do for a fighter.
And we take a look at these CompuBox numbers, and when you look at the difference here, 57 to 52 in terms of power punches landed so far, the advantage of 102 over 79 overall for Artur Beterbiev, and the cut is on the eyelid, so that, like we mentioned, it's in a worse place for Artur Beterbiev, but it looks like they're doing a great job on it so far. His cut man is James Cook for Anthony Yard and Russ Amner for Artur Beterbiev. Amner, a complete professional when it comes to working cuts. 7th round, Bernardo Suna alongside Hall of Famers Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley. And Anthony Yard and Artur Beterbiev giving a Hall of Fame worth performance here in the 7th round.
I think both guys are putting on a great performance.
Yes, they are.
And the fight has really just started. Championship fights start about right now, right about that second half, that seventh round. Both guys are cut. Both guys have felt the other's power. And I want to see who digs deep mentally and physically and with their game plan to pull away.
Well, right now, it looks like Yard is digging deep, definitely. And it seems like he got a second win already. That's why he's pressing forward. And he's acclimated to the power. And when you land shots, you feel you can win. You feel you can win. That energizes you as well.
And that's how you start to chip away at the psyche of a puncher, is to, A, still be around, and then have the audacity to hit them back after they hit you. And that's what Yard is doing right now.
The latest knockout in Yard's career has been in the 7th round. He's done that twice as a professional. So he's getting into that territory where his power begins to fade.
And if either fighter can start to go to the body, that can be the difference maker. They both hit each other in the head a lot in this first 6 rounds, but nobody has had a dedicated body attack. You've seen a body shot here or there, but nothing that has been consistent.
That right hand for Anthony Yard starting to find a home on the chin with Artur Beterbiev. Nice left now from Anthony Yard. Nice short left hook there from Artur Beterbiev.
You see Yard with this second win right now.
He's starting to get in his rhythm now, Dre. He's getting in his rhythm.
And if you're in the corner of Yard, you got to remind him, you got to talk him through these last 7 rounds. Son, he's 38 years old. You can be tired tomorrow. You don't have time to be tired right now.
Beautiful right hand from Anthony Yard sends Artur Beterbiev reeling backwards towards the ropes. And now the champion turns Yard around, lands a couple of uppercuts, a beautiful right hand, digs to the body, uppercut, and here we see the firefight we anticipated. Both fighters with their heart on their sleeve.
Body shot is the key. The body is the key, then go back to the head.
Sometimes when you get hit to the body, it reminds you to go to the body, and that's what Anthony Yard just did.
You can't move that torso, you can't move that body, especially when the opponent is up against the wall. Good shot right there from Anthony Yard.
Man, he's trying to set up that Emmanuel Navarrete uppercut.
Oh, Beterbiev is walking straight in, and he squared up.
Yep.
Head right in the middle.
Beterbiev is wondering how is Anthony Yard standing up after everything that I've landed.
There's that last right hand from Artur Beterbiev in an explosive 7th round here at the Oval Arena in London.
Great exchanges towards the end of that last round. Both guys having their moments. You know, Yard seemingly getting his second win and also starting to get in a good rhythm, landing beautiful counters on Beterbiev. And towards the end, you always see Beterbiev start to turn it up. And anytime Yard has his back against the ropes, he attacks, and he does an extreme amount of damage.
Tandia Jai had mentioned the fact that no sparring joke had expired. Well, this is the moment for Anthony Yard to step up. Round 8, this is a championship fight, 3 belts at stake. An opportunity to upend what is a fight for the undisputed title between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, but he could step in and completely change the landscape at 175 pounds.
Beterbiev just missed a short right hand to the chin of Anthony Yard a few seconds ago. That's the punch that Yard needs. Down the stretch, the jab. Everything needs to be set up with the jab. If he wants to rest, he needs to use the jab. He needs to feint with it. He needs to throw it to the head, to the body. That's the punch.
Only 29 jabs connected for Anthony Yard compared to 49 for Artur Beterbiev. So it's a punch that is necessary, especially against a power puncher like Artur Beterbiev.
But it also allows Yard to conserve energy. That even when he punches, he can give up less energy by just stepping behind the jab. It's more efficient that way. But what Yard does a lot of times is reach with big shots, misses, then he has to get back in position.
And he uses the jab more as a rangefinder because he's either looking for the left hook, the check left hook, or the right hand.
There's that
pile driving jabs from Artur Beterbiev.
Yeah, that stick is coming out to play from Artur Beterbiev. There's a difference. His is a damaging jab, and Yard's is a probing jab. Nice right hand, and now Yard is hurt. Artur Beterbiev puts him on the canvas.
That's the punch that just missed about 30 seconds ago.
He's done. He is done. Look at the referee, or the fight will end. He's giving every opportunity, Steve Gray, for Anthony Yard to continue. How will he deal with the onslaught from the beast? Nope, and Tunde Ajayi steps in, and Artur Beterbiev does it again. 19 victories, 19 knockouts, 8 championship fights. None have gone the distance because this man is a destructive force. Unstoppable, unpalpable, and once he gets going, the freight train just runs you over.
And it's a great fight for both fighters.
Yep.
I appreciated what I saw from both fighters because they both landed big shots in this fight. These are light heavyweights, and they took them well. Yard had moments. Beterbiev had moments. Yard got cut. Beterbiev got cut. And you could see Yard trying to summon the strength and summon the energy when there were times when his body didn't want to do it. And Beterbiev kept being who Beterbiev is, a plotting, calculated guy who has devastating power that can change the course of a fight with one punch. The punch that just knocked Yard down, he just missed that shot. He had been trying to get the same shot where Yard reaches for that uppercut, I believe it was, and all Beterbiev does is just turn over a right hand. It travels maybe 2-3 inches. He missed it. He tried it again and landed it. Yard went down, and he probably didn't know where he was. He looked back at the corner, which probably got his coach alarmed. He continued, and then we just saw the finish.
There's no doubt that this fight was tougher than I think Beterbiev and his people imagined it to be. I think that Yard definitely did grow from the Kovalev loss. He did some good things tonight. You know, I want to see him again. I want to see him again. And I think he will be back, you know, if he was given another opportunity and he worked his way back. I think he has the goods to be able to get back to a championship opportunity.
You know who else grew from that Kovalev fight? Tunde Ajayi. Because he allowed him to be fatigued and take shots maybe that he shouldn't have, and that ended up with that knockout loss with the jab. Tonight, he saw what he needed to see out of his guy, and he stepped in at just the right time.
Yes, he saved him. No doubt about it. And I respect that when the trainer steps inside and save their fighter and do the right thing at the right time. So he's allowing him to live and fight another day. You know, imagine if he was brutally knocked out and slept cold. Then, I mean, mentally, that's tough to come back from. You know, so the fact that he stepped in and stopped the match and it wasn't Yard, he did him a favor right there, a real big favor.
An impressive victory for Artur Beterbiev, and we're seeing exactly how this fight came to an end, Dre, and it was the right hand. First, overhand right, and then to the back of the ear. And here are the final CompuBox numbers. 136 total punches landed for Artur Beterbiev. 84 of those were power punches. And in terms of Anthony Yard, he had 111 total punches landed. 75 of those were power punches. And when you look at these numbers, these guys went at it. There was moments in this fight, especially I think that 7th round when they went toe-to-toe, and it was an absolute slugfest between these two fighters, and it's what we expected. And Tim, when you look at the way they reacted, they both gave their best.
Oh, yeah. You know, without a doubt, I told you somebody was going to get stopped in this matchup. There's too much firepower at hand. And, you know, we talk about styles. Yes, styles do have play a big part in this. But it's more about the temperament of both fighters. Yard is an aggressive fighter. He likes that action. So does Beterbiev. And when you have two guys that have the temperament that like to be aggressive, you can get fights like this.
Yeah, man, I respect both fighters. And, you know, that very well could have been Beterbiev.
Yeah.
If Yard landed in the right spot. It just happened to be Yard tonight. They not only made the fight, but they fought a great fight for as long as it lasted. This is how we envisioned the fight taking place, and I think you had to favor Beterbiev coming in because of the experience and, you know, the amount of time he's been on top. But the Yard should have nothing to be ashamed of, even though I know he's disappointed.
Only his 26th professional fight, and you see the growth in Anthony Yard as we're ready for the official time of the stoppage with Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes, 1 second of round number 8. The red corner signaled our referee, Steve Gray, to stop the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout. And still, WBO, WBC, and IBF unified light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur Beterbiev.
Artur Beterbiev, impressive in victory, improves to 19-0. All of these by way of